Two men. One pod. Unapologetically unfiltered. To quote Ridley Squat.
Ridley Squat.
It's the Unfiltered Idiots podcast with Jay and TJ. Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of the Unfiltered Idiots podcast with me, Jay, and with my wonderful, wonderful co-host, because apparently I got told off last week for calling him old, TJ. How you doing, mate?
I'm very well, thank you, and I'm not old.
He bought some sketches today, I think the proof says otherwise.
Sketches are like for the young, hip, happening, cool kids, okay? So
I
I've
can't
been
say
told.
shit. I've got two pairs of sketches, so I am also old or young and hip, depending on which way you lean, I would assume. Right, so welcome. This is episode 2 on the 9th of the 9th, 2023. So TJ, how's your week been? I will get into my week after.
It's been an interesting week. It's been hot as balls here, I'll be honest with you.
It's been pretty sweaty.
We've hit 30s. It's been warm. If we have any American listeners who want to come at us and go like 30 degrees isn't hot, screw you. We're a country that built our houses for the winter time. Our houses are made out of tissue paper and paper mache. They're actually made out of brick.
American listeners.
Yeah, they're made out of brick, and they're designed to stay warm in the wintertime, but also kill us all in the summertime as well. Unfortunately,
they retain heat.
Yes, they do. Yes, because and so for those 3 days a year that we actually have a thing called the sun hit this side of the globe, it is uncomfortable.
We're not a normal island where it's all tropical and stuff. We're a cold, wet island. Cold, wet island.
Mate, the amount of rain we've had this year has been shocking. We haven't had a summer. We're getting our summer in September. But we shouldn't complain. I work outdoors, so it's all good. I would hate to be in an office, although the office will probably be air-conned. But yeah, it's more of an uncomfortable, like sitting in here to stream and stuff is I have 2 lights, 3 screens, PC, fucking the TV, which is when I stream. The telly's on. The telly's on because it's like I have an image plan on there. So there's just a lot of electronical devices. That was correct. Yes. Pumping out heat. So this room is very, very, very hot.
Ball soup, you may say. Ball soup. Ball soup. Male gentleman in the world.
But other than that, the week's been good. I had a good day out today. Went and bought some stuff, Jay.
You did. What'd you buy, mate? What'd you buy?
So, obviously, for anyone who don't know, this here, that cabinet there is my Lego cabinet. And I've got if I move this a little bit over there, you can just see this is like my Batman section here. So I've got the tumbler there. I've got just above it, you can just see the bottom of the wheel is from the new Batman film, the Batmobile. And then obviously I've got some bits, the cowl is there, and that got like Gotham City sign there and that. Well, I bought today, to add to the collection, there it is. Hang on.
The Bat Bike, if you will. The Bat Cycle.
The Bat Cycle from the new Batman film, from the R. Pats film.
Yeah. Very good.
And I picked up
Filmed in England, kids. Filmed in England.
Another pop vinyl. Michael Keaton.
Oh, yes.
The old school Batman. See the yellow.
Batman, if you will.
My Batman. Although R. Pats was a good Batman, Christian Bale's a good Batman. This is the Batman I grew up on. With the classic old yellow emblem, which is awesome. So, obviously, not going to be buying any of the others of these because this film sucked arse. So, but that's a different story for another day.
It is. Already had a rant about that, I think, on the podcast.
Yeah. So, as you say, I bought myself some sketches because, I need to walk on pillows. I'm getting old.
That's what happens. When you get to our age, kids, you've got to start looking after your feet, your knees, anything else that really bends.
Mate, while we were at the place, it's like a shopping precinct, we walked past a couple of furniture stores, and the wife was like, come in, let's go and have a look at some new sofas. I'm like, all right, because I'm made of money, but all right. Yeah. And then she's in there, and she makes me sound like I'm 80. So really, and the guy's like, oh, what are you after? We're like, we don't really like our sofa because we've got it's like almost a cushion back sofa, and the cushion's all gone shitty. I mean, we've had the sofa for 5 years now. so we want to go back into more traditional style sofa and that. And it's like, oh, look at this one. It's got lumbar support. And the wife's like nudging me, going, oh, this would be really good for your back. And I'm like, I'm just a fucking geriatric old man that I need, like, you know, lumbar support. Although I got in the chair, started fucking about with lumbar support. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I was like, oh. But then they did have an actual proper lazy boy. You know, like the friends where you're like, draw.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I could literally, it rocks. It rocks. I was like, this is amazing. Then you pumped it back and I was like, oh, it was like, yes, $2,000. I was like, yep, get out of this very, very fucking quickly. Can't spend £2,000 on one chair.
Right.
I was like, Jesus Christ, the wife, like, you know. But
I had a cheap lazy boy for a while that had massage mode and heating.
nice.
Which I never used. Weirdly, I just used it to do the.
Mate, I would have been straddling that in all kinds of positions to massage my balls. I tell you.
Oh, mate, I can only tell you how much fun that was.
So, other than that, how's your week been, dude?
My week has been somewhat similar to yours. It's expensive. So
Okay.
I got to be honest. I don't have great teeth, kids, because for some reason I got passed over when it came to what are they called, braces. Yeah. So I went. I had them all shaved. I was ready to go and get them. All I had to do was wait for our wonderful NHS to call me to go to the hospital to have the braces fitted. Except that phone call never came. So
just when you were a child, sorry.
That's when I was a child, yeah. So now I'm left with these lovely gnashers. So I went to the dentist on Friday, and after he told me I had gum disease, which was lovely, he said, also, you're going to have a deep clean. So that's 180 quid, please, plus 25 quid to just come here. And I was like, so I'm £205 in the hole now because I do brush my teeth, but obviously I smoked and I drink and I do all this other stuff. It's terrible for your teeth.
Yeah.
And then he said, also, you need to go and get an electric toothbrush. So that's another £100. Then the wife started sending me pictures of mouthwash, which are good for like bleeding gums and stuff. So another £5. Then I had to get, those things that you got when you were in Cambridge.
TPs.
I had to get some of those, another £5. And I was like, oh my God, I have spent £120 on things for £320 on things for my teeth.
Do you know you shouldn't use mouthwash, right?
No, I didn't know. I've got this
my wife's a dental nurse. Okay, fully qualified dental nurse, and like, well, it's not that you shouldn't use mouthwash. How you're instructed to use mouthwash? Brush your teeth, use mouthwash, because once you've brushed your teeth, you then shouldn't eat, drink, put anything in your mouth. I like penis. No, for like 20 or 30 minutes, because it messes with the whole pH balance and everything that you've put in your mouth. Okay. So you then take in mouthwash. What you shouldn't even rinse. You shouldn't take water and rinse and spit. So like, because it messes with the whole pH balance, because you've messed around with that anyway by brushing your teeth and whatnot. And you shouldn't eat or drink anything. I think it's for 20 minutes while everything sorts itself back out. Something the wife told me.
Fair enough.
So
I have to remember that tomorrow, later on tonight, when I'm putting this vibrating dildo in my mouth again to fucking clean my teeth.
Mate, I love my electric toothbrush. I would never go back to a manual, because you can just tell. You can feel that your teeth are cleaner, in my opinion.
100%. I will say that. I bought a Philips Sonic Diamond.
Yeah, I've got
some
Oral B, something called rather thingy majiggy that's got like a digital thing on it, and
there's an app for mine, apparently.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? They give you smiley faces when you've actually done the 2 minutes. Does yours vibrate every 30 seconds to tell you to move to a different corner?
Then it tells me to fucking
just 30 seconds for this corner, 30 for that, 30 for that, 30 for that. Yeah. When you're on a rush, you're like, this 30 seconds is lasting forever. I'm late for work. What the fuck?
Which means I've got to get up earlier in the morning and not do my usual.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like
loads of foam just appearing in my face.
But yeah, man, dentist's expensive as shit. Like, man, really expensive. Considering it's like, the problem we have is like here. So I'll say my wife's a dental nurse. A lot of the dentists are now going over to private as opposed to being NHS, and it's causing a massive problem, obviously, for a lot of people, because a lot of people can't afford fucking private, so they're doing these monthly plans and whatnot and everything. And but yeah, it's obviously the dentists are all technically self-employed, so my wife gets it in the ear when they're like, oh yeah, by the way, your dentist is now going to private, so you're obviously, if you want to stay with this dentist, it's going to cost you X amount. And then when people go, well, I moved to another dentist, they're like, yeah, none of the other dentists here do NHS. And if you try and get another dentist in our local area, you can't get an appointment because no one's taking on any new patients. So then, like, the staff get moaned at. And it's like, hang on a minute, I'm a dental nurse. I'm not the dentist. The dentists are all like, they're self-employed. They technically pay to use their chair essentially, you know, but they're technically self-employed, so it's got nothing to do with me. We've got no control over what they do essentially, whether they're private or thing. But it's one of those things, isn't it?
Common issue with people that go to any kind of medical thing, be it dentists, be it doctors or hospitals, that they decide that the problem is this nurse is stopping me. So this nurse on low wages.
It's like everything. You go somewhere and you complain, unless it's the direct service you're receiving from that person, you're always having a go at someone who is at the bottom rung of the ladder, and it's not there. So like someone phones you up, or you phone a company up, I've got a complaint about this. Well, they don't own the company. They haven't put in place the company practices. They're just doing their job, trying to earn their potentially minimum wage, just above minimum wage, whatever, to feed their family, pay their mortgage. And there you've got dumbasses, and I'm going to include, I have done this, and I'm always there going, I'm really sorry that I'm shouting at you, but I need to shout at someone, and you're the only one here.
I'm annoyed, and you're listening.
So I apologise, but fuck you. And then and then they started to go, well, I'm going to have to hang up the phone on you. I'm like, no, because I'm not having a go at you.
You will listen to me.
I'm like, I'm not shouting at you. I'm shouting in general. I'm shouting so that you can hear me, but I'm not shouting at you. And I'm like, still you're shouting, sir. And I'm like, if I hold the phone further away, I can shout, but they don't get to hear it full blast. So maybe this will work.
I always do that typical English thing where I go like, right, I'm really annoyed. I know it's not you, but I'm just really
I know it's not your fault. I know, and I'm sorry that I'm having a go at you, but I need to vent, and you're the only person here. Exactly. I'm sorry,
if
Dan.
you want, put me under the boss. Oh, of course he's busy. Of course he's busy.
Get me your manager. I want the person above you.
They're paid to deal with this, and they will hear me rant, or someone will hear me rant because I'm going to rant. I'm angry.
No.
And then as soon as I've had my rant, I'm like, anyway. Thank you, because I really need to get off my chest, and obviously now you're going to ignore everything I've said. So great. I'm sure I'll have this again with you in about 2 weeks. So
the one that always gets me is when you phone up a company, right, and you turn around and you'd be like, right, okay, I need to renew whatever, Sky, mobile contract, whatever. And you're like, oh, what's the best deal? And they come back and go, you've been with us for 4,000 years. You're a value customer. Probably shave about £1 off. And you're like, hang on a minute. I saw on the telly the other day, new customers were getting this for like 50 quid less than what you're offering me. Well, and I'm like, how are you looking after new customers better than the existing customer that I've spent thousands of pounds with your company? Well, I'm sorry, but this is the best. I was like, well, I'll leave and then come back to new customer. Well, you can't do that because it's in the contract that you need to. And I'm like, fuck off. Look after the people that have, that have propped up this business for the last X amount of years. Not these fucking yahoos that are just coming in on the bandwagon now.
It depends if you're who do you have your internet with, TJ?
Sky.
Yeah, I have my internet with Virgin Media, and Virgin Media do the fastest speed around here.
Yeah.
So when you talk to them and go, I'll go somewhere else, they go somewhere else. Enjoy your 30 meg.
This was the argument, right? I was all prepped. I've only recently re-signed for another year, and I was like, right, we can get like broadband, like fibre to the door here, like now, but it's not BT Openreach. It's like the Lit and whoever they are. And I'm like, I have no idea. But the deals they're offering are equivalent to what I'm paying for my, I think it's 80 down, 20 up. And I'm like, but they're offering like 500 down and like 120 up or whatever it is. It's saying ridiculous. But I've also never heard of this company before. And I'm like,
it's Dave in a van just.
I'm like, I'm like, crazy. Like if there's something goes wrong, who am I speaking to? Do they even have customer services? Like, is it carrier pigeon? I don't know. And so they've kind of got Sky like, well, you can go with them. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, fucking yeah, maybe it's better the devil you know. I can stream and do everything I need to do. It might take me a little bit longer to get the boobies on the screen that I want to see. But fair. I know I'm going to get the boobies on screen. So
for that. Well, there's an areola. Oh, bit of a nipple.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm not a fucking dial-up. It's not like it's pixelated. I think it's no, it's a cock.
And it's crashed. Bollocks. Bollocks, another 20 minutes wasted. I'm losing wood here.
but yeah, so yeah, we went with Sky in the hope that in the next year BT actually sort out fibre to the door.
Right. So my old man's been talking about changing his Sky, and he goes, "There's a company coming in. They're going to be it's 20 quid, like a gig download."
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, it's great, but it's what is they make like getting you up and running is probably brilliant.
Yeah.
But 6 months down the line, if you have an issue, how good is the company going to be then?
That's it. My internet's
the
been down
thing,
for
innit?
4 months. Are you doing anything?
Well, this is the thing.
I'm sorry. There is no one here to answer your call right now.
How important is the internet in our everyday lives now? So
Oh, mate.
it's like, okay, Sky might not be offering me the best deal, but they have been consistent with me for the last 4 years. So
Yeah.
that consistency means more to me than the speed at this point.
Exactly. And what would you do with that lovely young lady to shout at down the phone otherwise?
Oh, no.
Like, someone's having it.
No. Sky, like I say, Sky are actually pretty decent. Like in terms of, I don't really have many issues here. I had a slight issue a little while ago, but that was all dealt with quite quickly. But also the other thing as well is with internet. For this country, if you live in the UK, BT own everything, right? BT Openreach own all the lines and everything, and then it's like they sell them off to because we can't have a monopoly in this country, so BT can't legally be the only one that offers, so they have to like sell off portions of the lines to Sky, EE, Virgin, T-Mobile, whoever. Because, like I say, they own them all, but they're not allowed the monopoly of being the only provider. So ultimately, if you have an issue with the line, it's still not Sky or EU. It's Openreach.
No.
You've got to wait for BT Openreach to actually go and fix it. So we're shouting at the people on the other end of the phone. They ain't got no control over it. And it ain't even their bosses that have got control over it. It's a complete another company that you've got to fucking hope pull their finger out their arse and do something.
If you ring up and go, right, I'm Jamie, and I've ordered this thing, and they go, we've got no record of you, sir.
Yeah. Like so.
What?
But
My address is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
we do own that line, but we've got no record of you. So you're going to have to talk to your provider, and then they'll talk to us, and then we'll talk to 3 other people. It'll go on carrier pigeon.
Fucking good old messenger pigeon, eh? Brilliant.
Exactly. We're not out of the problems yet, mate.
No.
Yeah. So as you can see, me and TJ have had a fantastic week in the heat. I'm not going to moan about the heat, mainly because I'm an air conditioning contract manager, so I've got air conditioning, so I'm not suffering what other people are.
Such a dickhead.
I am a dickhead, but I didn't also just sit there and talk about my 17 lights and my 48 fucking monitors and my telly and fucking everything else.
Don't go there.
No,
I'm not going to
get.
I said to you earlier, don't go there. Don't go there, because we start talking about your setup, which is exceedingly more expensive than mine. Let's not fucking go there.
Some of us have addictions to starters, and
yeah, exactly.
Spend a lot of money on nonsense.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, we're going to move on, because we've got calendar news. We've got calendar news to do, TJ. We've got calendar news. Right. So if you don't know, we do calendar news over here, which we cover the Saturday, the Sunday, and the Monday of the next couple of days, and what holidays and birthdays that I've got on there. So this Saturday, I've curated this a little bit because there was a fuckload for today. There was a fuckload, including Care Bears Day, which I'm not covering because fuck Care Bears. Right? I haven't got fucking special love bear, and no one gives a shit about my problems. So we're going to cover something else. Right. So first up is Emergency Services Day. Now, I know that sounds Americanized, because it is Americanized, but I think we should all take a little moment to celebrate our emergency services, because they look after us when things really do hit, when shit really does hit the fan, I should say. So just so you all know, guys, emergency services, obviously your fire, your ambulance, your police services. AA tried to jump on that bandwagon quite a while, saying they're the 4th emergency service, and I suppose in a way they are, but so's the RAC, so's Green Line, so all's them. So we're not going to conclude them, because fuck them. Unless, of course, your car breaks down on the motorway, and then you need them desperately, because motorway is lots and lots of cars driving lots and lots of fast. I'm not going to go into it. Yes, so do celebrate today. I don't know if any of you work in the emergency services out there in the podcasting land or YouTube lands, but yeah, you get my salute, guys. You look after us. You make sure that we're all right. TJ, any stories for yourself when you've got emergency services?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head, to be honest. I've been quite lucky in that regard. Yeah, quite boring
Yeah.
to be honest. I haven't,
Yeah.
I haven't needed ambulances or police or fire brigade. No.
No, I'd be honest. I've never burnt down my home business. I've broken a few bones, but generally sports
Yeah,
related.
same. Broke my wrist and that playing football, but
And
didn't need an
police.
ambulance. But
No, police have more arrested me than helped me in arrest.
never been arrested. Goody
No,
two shoes over here.
I've been arrested. Drink driving being one. I'm not going to go into it.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
gonna go into
We'll move that on.
it.
Move
Not
that
gonna
on.
go into it.
Naughty.
Long
lad.
time ago. It was a long time ago.
Naughty.
3 years after I'd started driving.
I thought, yeah.
For whatever reason, had one too many shandies. I do mean shandies because don't let people tell you what they told me, which is like, hey, you're right, mate. You can drink loads of shandy, not a problem, mate. No problem. Until you need a wee. While going down the road and decide that it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Who's going to care if I go for a wee? I tell you who did care. The police that had followed me down the road.
Oh.
So I got done for
Indecent
almost
exposure.
indecent exposure and being drunk driving. Although I will say this, my little story about the police is, so they pulled me over and they were the nicest police I have ever witnessed in my life. So they said, oh, have you been drinking? And I thought, you know, when you're caught and you just think, I'm not going to lie because that would be just going to make things worse for me. So I said, yeah, I've had a bit to drink. And they said, well, we're going to have to breathalyze you. And I went, oh, fair enough. So the breathalyzed me and goes, oh, sorry, Mr. Morris, you have blown over the limit. And I was like, and they said, well, we've got to take you to the station, but you're not massively over the limit. So hopefully by the time we get there, you'll have sobered up a little bit, and then you'll go into the big machine. And it is a big machine, by the way. It's like it takes up half the size of a room. Maybe you'll just be under then. I wasn't. But they did something that I've never known the police do, according to all the other people who have told me about similar situations. When I came out and he goes, how did you get on? I said, oh, no, I was a little bit over. He goes, oh, sorry to hear that, mate. Do you want a lift home? And I was like, oh, if you don't mind. So I got a lift home from the police. They were very, very nice to me, considering that I was breaking the law. But less about my transgressions. Let's move swiftly on. Now, this one that me and TJ will get on board with. Wonderful Weirdos Day.
Right here.
So celebrating
right
the
here.
likes of us. That's right, kids. We're celebrated on this day.
Proper weirdos.
Proper weirdos. So don't be afraid to embrace and explore your quirkiness on Wonderful Weirdos Day, guys. Do enjoy it. I mean, being weird just makes you more interesting, in my opinion.
100%.
Thumbs up from
Be
me.
a shit existence without us weirdos. I tell you that much.
Exactly. You wouldn't be able to get weird stories out of me and TJ about fucking spending 300 and something quid on toothbrushes because you don't look after your teeth like a cunt.
It's not weird. That's just like stupidity. But anyway,
you now.
Moving on.
National When Pigs Fly Day. Now, I'm just going to give you a brief on National When Pigs Fly Day. It says here to have faith that miracles can happen, and when they do, share them today. Any miracles in your life, mate?
No.
Your daughter being born, maybe?
Okay, right. Yeah, okay. I was like, I was going to say,
I've got rumour on the call anyway, so don't worry.
My wife, obviously, my wife's miracle was obviously meeting me. Obviously, that's obviously hers. Like goals and ambitions were met the day that happened. For me, miracles. Yeah, you could say my daughter. Well, I say you could say my daughter definitely. And there is obviously
That's right. I've got it speed dial.
There is
just let me listen.
I'll be open and honest. My daughter is actually IVF for whatever reason. So yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, miracle child. Yeah, we were lucky enough to get IVF on the NHS, and it was one round of it, and yeah, my daughter is the result. So,
mate, that is a bit of a miracle. I've heard about people having IVF like 3-4 times.
I work with someone who has had it a couple of rounds on the NHS. This was a few years ago, and I think they paid for 2 or 3 rounds, and just non-successful. So yeah, you could definitely say that's she's my miracle in life.
Exactly, dude. Like so, definitely. My miracle is, of course, Kate staying with me and dealing with my nonsense, which I'm just gonna leave there because I don't want to go too much into giving her too much of a big head because she's always listening. behind this wall. They're always listening.
Always
Should be in a minute with a fucking frying pan.
Yep.
Telling me it's over in 2 seconds. Young Katie. So yes, guys, National When Pigs Fly Day. So you should always appreciate the small and amazing miracles that you happen to get in your life, because you never know. And what might seem small and insignificant can be massively life changing to other people. So yeah, do appreciate that. Now this one, we had to school TJ on a little bit today.
Yeah, I had a bit of a brain fart.
You did. National Wiener Schnitzel Day. Now, Americans may think that I was talking about Wiener Schnitzel, which is a chain restaurant. I believe they do hot dogs. Please feel free to correct me down.
That's why I thought, yeah, that's exactly what my thought was about sausage and schnitzel. I thought, okay, so, just stupidity a lot here. I was like, oh, schnitzel's like a sausage, right? Well, it's not a fucking sausage, but
it's not a sausage.
The wiener parties, but they're not the schnitzel parties. But yeah, that's why I was conflating the two and thinking, oh, okay, but yeah.
So Wiener Schnitzel is actually a Austrian delicacy, mainly served in Vienna, the beautiful capital of Austria, and it is a veal cutlet coated in bread and then pan-fried. Is what a Wiener Schnitzel is. So I guess if you want to celebrate one item of food, then great, I guess. But if you're going to celebrate that, where's my hamburger day? I suppose we might find out in the future.
Actually, I bet you find there is a hamburger day. I bet you.
Doubtably, there's going to be a hamburger day.
Talking about hamburgers, actually, we'll go back to what I've done this week. I had my first ever Wendy's today. So they've opened a Wendy's close to us. Just going on a quick tangent. And yeah, so I had a Wendy's today. I'm still yet to have a Five Guys, but I had a Wendy's and square burgers. Very interesting.
Yes, are they small? I can't remember.
So
I haven't had a Wendy's
because I was on my way back from the shopping expedition, and we'd had dinner. We'd already got like stuff out of the freezer for dinner, so it wasn't like I was like, oh, the Wendy's is reopened. Should we just pull in there and we'll grab a little snack? So I literally grabbed just like the junior cheeseburger, I think it was, and some chips, and I got their. It's like a milkshake, but they call it a frosty. I think it's a frosty, but it's only like a small one. It's not an RP. It's a little tiny one, but it's more like a dessert than a milkshake because they give you a spoon with it because it's like really thick. So it's like it's almost like you know when you go to those restaurants, they got the self-serve ice cream, and it's like you know it was more like that than milkshake. But it was really, really nice. The chips were lovely, crispy, and the burger, it was only a small burger, but whereas compare it to like McDonald's cheeseburger, like £1.19 or whatever, this was $2.29, but had proper lettuce, proper slice of tomato, proper onion in it. But yeah, smaller patty, but it was still really, really nice and lovely toasted bun.
So like a mini quarter pounder almost.
Yeah. It was obviously a lot thinner burger. But they do a thing called the Baconator there, which is like a couple of patties, shitloads of Applejack bacon. And I was like, ooh. So I will go back and frequent it. But because I'm like, oh, I've never tried that, and it's obviously an American thing that's come over here, and like we seem, because I'm at the arse end of the country, we tend to get stuff, even though we're really close to London. Like we tend to like get stuff really late. Like it seems like everywhere else gets it in the country, and then like little down where I live just takes forever to get it. And we got a Five Guys not far down the road either, and I'm like, oh, I fancy a Five Guys because I know they do like a bacon milkshake where it's actual bacon in the milkshake, and I'm like, I'm all over trying some of that.
Yeah, we've got Five Guys in our local shopping centre, the Merry Hill Centre, and I like, don't get me wrong, I like Five Guys. Their Cajun
had one.
fries are fantastic. You literally get like a bucket of fries though.
Is it Five Guys is the one where you get like it's a burger, just they sell one burger, but you've got like 40 different variants
70
that you can do
quid
with a burger.
or something. Yeah. And then you just add things to I mean, I don't think they charge you. I think it's like the burger is I want to say 9 quid.
Yeah.
And then you can add like pickles, this. I think bacon costs extra.
Yeah.
Cheese and bacon always, they always seem to.
They've probably got like 3 different types of cheese and
sort of stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice, but here's the catch. They always put 2 burgers on. You can ask for a single burger, and that will drop the price significantly. I mean, it's still $5.
But as a standard, it's a double.
But as a standard, it's double. And like, don't get me wrong, I had just a burger meal, which you can't buy a burger meal. You've got to buy a burger, fries, and your milkshake, and it costs something like 15 quid.
Yeah.
And I was like,
but it's like it's probably bigger quantities or portions than you would
Yeah.
get at McDonald's. And when you're looking
Their
at
small
paying,
fries is like a large Mackie
yeah,
fries.
because you're still going by like an American-ish kind
I
of
think so.
style,
I think
isn't it?
so.
So
I mean, the Cajun fries, if you do have fries there, do let me know what you think about the Cajun fries, 'cause I love them. I'm a big spice fan, though. But, like, even them, you know, when, like, because they've got so many, and they
Yeah.
just literally, they must just go Cajun
yeah,
and just explodes all over them. Because, like, after a while, I was like,
yeah.
Cajun, too much. So I actually had to, like, calm down on the Cajun fries. I love Cajun fries, but you get, like, it's like a small bucket, and it's just filled to the brim with fries.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is really nice, but you pay the price for it, I will say. Right, so moving away from the September 9th celebrations, it's Adam Sandler's birthday today. He is 57 years old. He is a ledge. His films, I think his films can be decisive.
Decisive or divisive?
Divisive is what
Yeah.
I meant, sorry. Excuse my poor English. I was a big fan of Happy Gilmore and stuff like that, but then a lot of people go, he's just a bit too stupid.
I've got a
And I was
question
like,
for you.
oh,
Do you think since he signed his deal with Netflix, which was like a 9-film deal or whatever, that
Yeah.
he's kind of like gone off the not off the rails, but like the quality's gone down because he doesn't have to work so hard because he's got a guaranteed 9-film deal? Do you think?
potential, but I enjoyed the murder mystery films.
Yes.
They weren't the best ever, but like, you know, they
1 and 2,
were
yeah.
serviceable enough, one
Yeah.
and two.
I will happily, like, Adam Sandler film gets released. It's like quality. That's me and my wife's, like, you know, movie night sorted. Both like Adam Sandler. Some of the stuff's a little bit overly stupid that I feel that once I've watched it once. So like, for instance, a Jack and Jill. Yeah, it's okay. Not really one I'd watch again. But then
I get that.
Grown Ups or Pixels, I'm very much like, well, I can watch that again. You know,
Everyone slated Pixels. I thought it was quite funny.
I like Pixels, but then I like Josh Gad as well. I think Josh Gad's a quality. And Pete Dinklage is like the fire blaster. Like, he's quality, you know. So
did you watch the serious film he did?
Uncut Gems? I haven't.
Uncut Gems.
I like it was like Oscar worthy as well.
Amazing.
Wasn't it?
Yeah,
I did watch.
Amazing.
He done another one recently about basketball, where Queen Latifah played his wife, and he's like a basketball scout who travels like across like South America and stuff to look at these young lads. Finds this young lad and almost becomes this kind of young lad's agent and brings him in, and then gets a coaching job and whatnot. And that was more serious. And that, like, I really enjoyed that. Like, me and the wife watched that. I can't remember what that's actually called. It might. I
He's
can't
done one
think.
with his. I've done one. I think it's his wife and his daughter.
Mate, his wife is in everything. So that's the one thing about Adam Sandler is he's got his crew, and his crew are in are like in everything. There's like 5 or 6 people that are literally in every film. Might be a 2-minute part, might be a 10-minute part, but his wife is always in it, but just not as his wife. Like, his wife was in Pixels, his wife's in like the Grown Ups. His wife's in everything. But she never actually plays his wife. She always plays a different character. And then obviously
Kevin James,
yeah. And his newest film is actually like his daughter's like the lead.
Yeah, it's something not your bar mitzvah or something.
Yeah,
like
something about something like that.
So he likes to bring in his Jewish heritage. I have seen that as well. But is his wife in that?
Yeah, his wife. Sorry, I don't know if his wife plays his wife, but his wife's in it.
Yeah, because I'm sure I read, and don't get me wrong, you know, comment below, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure his wife's his wife and his daughter's his daughter in this.
That so I don't know. His daughter is his daughter in this, but I don't know if his wife, because normally his wife is a different character.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it makes sense if they're going to go with the daughter.
It's interesting, like, his wife never plays his love interest. Like, his wife always plays someone else. So his wife's on set as he's like, you know, I've got to make out with Drew Barrymore today. Oh, fucking hell, you know. Michelle Monaghan. Oh no. Oh, sorry, wife.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, fucking hell, wife. look at what I've got to do. Like, you know. I mean, three films he done that with Jennifer Aniston. I think it's 3. There's Getting Over It, something like that, and the 2 Murder Mysteries.
And the 2 Murder Mysteries where it's his wife. Yeah. So, and apparently, did you know, him and his wife always send her flowers on Mother's Day? because she can't have children.
Something like that. Yeah. I
like
did.
that?
That was a recent thing I saw. That. Yeah.
It was, yeah. I saw that recently popping up in the news.
Not generally seems like a nice bloke. If you
He
get a
does.
chance, I don't know if you've ever listened to any of the round table, the Screen Actors Guild round table
No,
stuff.
I haven't. I've
He's
always
on
wanted
one
to. Rose,
really, really cool. Like it's such a weird eclectic mix they get of people in there. But he done one, and I only saw clips of the one he done. But some really interesting stuff. The one with Brendan Fraser. So the one with Brendan Fraser, they've got Ki-Hu Kwan there as well. I believe Colin Farrell's there, and it's so good. So
I bet
good.
that'd be quite fun.
I think Jeff Bridges is on that one as well. Really good.
Bridges, he's quality. I like Jeff Bridges.
It's such a like I say, an eclectic mix of actors. It's quality. Like there's a weird one with James Franco, and James Franco's there with like Tom Hanks and stuff, and you're like, when they start talking about sexual assault and Hollywood and stuff,
mate.
and then they like go to James Franco, like, what do you think, James? Like, yeah, it's terrible. it's like.
It depends if you're getting them to do acting scenes,
or just taking their tops off and like yeah. But anyway, moving on.
Right, moving swiftly on. It's also Colonel Sanders' birthday today.
No, it's not. He's dead. It's not. I can't be his birthday. He's dead. Sorry to say,
Colonel Sanders, for those that don't know, is of course the Colonel from KFC. He's known for his chicken. I would go deeper into it, but he made chicken a long time ago in Kentucky, I imagine. He died at he lived to 90.
Which actually, for the era that he lived in, 90 is pretty fucking decent.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'll live to 90. Let's be honest, but
if he'd have lived today, he'd be 133 years old.
If he lived today, mate, he would be a shriveled up prune. Like he looked shriveled up in the KFC pictures. I don't know how old he was then. He's 133. No. Jesus.
Yeah, but so good old Colonel Sanders would have been 133 today. May his soul rest in a gravy.
I was going to say, they do good gravy. They do good gravy. I will talk to you about it off pod, but apparently that gravy is made with some interesting things. There is no way that's like got anything to do with gravy in it at all. No fucking way.
Apparently it's the I'm going to say it, screw it. Apparently it's, when like you cook the chicken in the oil, they take all the bits and stuff off the top and they put that into the gravy mix.
Well, obviously, because that's the absolute best fucking part.
Sitting there going, I don't know what's in this.
We're just drinking grease. It's fine. It's fine.
Taking 20 years off your life every
Like I say, Colonel Sanders lived to 90 because he didn't eat his own fucking product.
No, he didn't. That's how he lasted that long. Talking about old people that I enjoy, and I don't know if you enjoy. Hugh Grant's birthday today as well, 63 years old.
Oh, Raymond.
I
do like Hugh Grant. I like Hugh Grant. I like Hugh Grant's evolution as an actor now, less so much than back in the day of Notting Hill, 4 Weddings. He's sleazeball. I think we've spoken about it before.
Yeah.
His sleazeball arc that he's going through now with obviously The Gentleman, with Operation Fortune, I think it was called. Like those kind of characters, I really like those sleazeball characters that he plays, and I hope he plays a lot more. I prefer them to his cookie cutter, floppy haired, like weird. Like I'm interested to see I know there's been some controversy with his Oompa Loompa, but I am kind of interested to see how I'm not interested in the film. I'm just interested to see how he plays an Oompa Loompa, and how they do that.
It's like Operation Fortune always made me go, now shut up. Because I'm talking.
It's just the voice and everything that he puts on. Is it the Wagyu, Raymond? Having Wagyu for breakfast?
Naughty.
I do really like. I do like this arc that he's in at the moment.
I much prefer it, like you say, over his. He was always that.
The bumbling idiot that gets the girl. You're like, I don't really care about that.
No, I'd much rather see him do this flamboyant sort of
campy sleazeball.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love
Quality.
Right, moving on to someone called William Papper. Now, of course, you may not know him because
Who the fuck is that guy?
who the fuck is that guy? Now, you may know him because you're a bit more up to date with the Kiddywinkles than I am.
Does this look like the face who has a fucking clue what you're talking about? Because I don't. What was his
Right,
name?
I actually, his name is William Papa, 21 years old, so screams TikTok all over the place, doesn't it? So I had to look this up.
Mate,
Apparently
hang on. Wait. Celebrity birthdays.
Why I put
No,
this in.
just fucking move on. Like, move on. Like, I have never heard of this geezer.
He's got 6 million views on YouTube. How can you say he's
I've
not
got 60 views on fucking YouTube, and I'm like, so what? Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, if hello, Mr. Beast has got what, like 1 billion views? Come back to me, Salt and Pepper, whatever your name is, when you've got.
Is that you giving me the nod to give Mr. Beast a shout out on his
Yeah,
birthday?
give Mr. Beast. Like, he was in the Sidemen charity game today. Mr. Beast, well done, philanthropist and everything. Yeah, well done. XQC needs to take his 100 million and get some goalkeeper lessons. Just saying, you were fucking shit.
So I think TJ agrees with us when we say William Papa's birthday.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah. Move on because we've got more days to cover, and
We have.
let's not talk about nonsense.
Right, moving on to Sunday, tomorrow, the 10th. It is World Suicide Prevention. I was going to say preservation. Can you imagine how bad that
Well, technically, yeah, preservation. We would like preservation.
Yeah.
It's, ultimately, like, suicide's a terrible thing. If we can preserve human life, then that'd be a great thing.
Yeah, it's a terrible shame, but it's a growing problem, TJ. A lot of
100%,
people
100%,
are
dude.
moving towards doing that. Now, guys, I will say that I find suicide to be a long-term solution to a short-term problem. Obviously, I'm saying that from a position where I'm not suffering that kind of problem. Do reach out if you have any problem. There are phone lines and helplines and places you can go where you can talk to people. Don't just throw it away, guys.
I'm just going to negate what you just said there, though, and say I wouldn't call it a solution in any. Like you said, it's a long-term solution for a short-term problem. I don't call it a solution because for the person who decides to take that route, the knock-on effect it has on everyone else.
Yes.
And I know people's problems might seem insurmountable and everything, but there is always someone there to talk to. I'll put a link in the description below to a suicide help prevention line. Like, if you are having these kind of thoughts, these feelings, there are people that will listen, that want to listen, and that are there to help you. Please don't think that there is no one you can talk to, because there always is. And tomorrow is always another day, know. And like I say, the loss that you leave, the feeling of loss you leave for the people around you, that's, you're kind of just pushing the pain onto someone else.
Yes.
Essentially as well.
So do reach out, guys. Don't suffer in silence.
No, 100%.
Do reach out. There are people that are specially trained to deal with it. So, we celebrate that today. Tomorrow, technically. World Suicide Prevention Day. Yeah. So do reach out. I'm not gonna harp too much on it. I know it's a very tough subject for a lot of people. It is also National Pet Memorial Day.
Oh, for fuck's
sake. We've all had pets. And we're just down to this Sunday.
I know, Jesus Christ. Why would you put both things on one day?
Because I was rushing and the
not you. No, not you. Like, you didn't choose Sunday to be the day for both of these things.
Yeah, so, so obviously we've all had pets, kids, or, if you've been unlucky and never had a pet, pets are amazing. So I understand that you, you may memorialize them. You may want to remember, like, good pets. I know that, it is sad. There is a silence that when your pet is gone. It is very, very
literally
sad.
Was having a conversation before we went live, before we recorded, I should say, with the wife, because we lost our dog. He was 14 years old. We lost him on New Year's Day of this year, in a really unexpected and kind of horrible way. And it, like, my wife was like, two of our friends have just bought new puppies, and it kind of like me and my wife were talking about earlier. My wife was just saying to me earlier, like, there doesn't a day go past, and the same for me, that she doesn't think and miss, like, our dog Ryko. He was a staffy, and he was absolutely amazing. And so it's it's all like they're your family member. They're a
Yeah,
part
they
of your
are.
life for so long. So yeah, it is a horrible experience to go through.
Exactly. So it's a thumbs up from me because I do think you should remember your pets because they for me especially, and I know definitely for my co-host, that they capture a part of your heart. They are part of your family, and so don't let their memories go just because someone tells you they're like, oh, it's just a dog. So yeah, you're just a person. I'd put you down.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving swiftly on, it is also Swap Ideas Day. Now, I've got a little bit of umbrage with Swap Ideas Day. Why do we need a fucking day for it? Just swap ideas. You don't need to remember to swap
but
ideas.
Isn't that apart from the serious days, the Pet Memorial Day, the Emergency Services Day and stuff like that? Isn't the whole point of this segment to just look at the lunacy of what people celebrate?
Yes.
Like National Swap Ideas Day is fucking ridiculous. It's like National Say Thank You Day. Just say thank you every fucking day.
Yes, exactly. It's normal. It's called manners.
Yes, I don't this is the whole point that we brought this segment up. Is just to laugh at how ridiculous some of these fucking things are. They're like, oh, we need a celebration for this day. Let's celebrate waking up in the morning day. Well, I should fucking hope so.
Or fucking Steve Day. Yes, all right, your name's Steve. Fuck off.
So, yeah, the less said about Swap Ideas Day, the fucking better, because, that should be every fucking day. As a society, we should be bouncing ideas off each other. It's how the world moves forward. Technology advances and all shit like that.
Exactly. Someone says, I've come up with an idea. Oh, yeah, I've got a similar idea to you.
But wait till Sunday the 10th. Wait, no, you must wait till Sunday the 10th. Before you're allowed to give me these ideas. Could you imagine how shit this country would be if we waited till the 10th of September every year to swap ideas? Fuck me, we'd still be clubbing women over the head with fucking mallets and dragging them back to our cave holes. So you're my wife.
Isn't that swapping an idea? I like you. You, no, like me, but swap.
The advancements would just not happen if we waited one day a year to swap ideas. Fucking hell.
Yeah, so, no, it's a...
Yes.
I'm afraid.
Moving on.
It's also almost never heard of for quite a while. Ryan Phillippe's birthday today. He is 48.
Ryan Felipe.
What's he in?
Ryan Felipe.
Ryan Felipe.
Actually, Ryan Felipe. So obviously did a lot of stuff younger days, didn't he? Cruel Intentions. I still know what he did. No, I know
Cruel
what he did.
Intentions. Sarah Michelle Gellar kissing another lady. Good time.
Yeah. I know what you did last summer. And so on and so forth. But he recently did the series Shooter, didn't he? Which was based off of have you seen the film with Mark Wahlberg, which was based on another film?
Right.
They made a series of it, and I think it did about 4 or 5 seasons. And Ryan Felipe was the main character in that. I haven't seen it.
That's why he does nothing.
But I know. Yeah, no, it's quite a big series. It's quite a big thing in America. It got like I say 4 or 5 seasons, so it's got to be fairly decent,
Yeah. So I honestly, ever since sort of Cruel Intentions, I mean, he hasn't been massively on the radar either, but ever since Cruel Intentions and a few of the films you other mentioned, like Scream and stuff, I just is he even still working? I never see him in anything. So, well, I'm glad for you, Felipe.
Wasn't he married to Reese Witherspoon? Was it him that was married to Reese Witherspoon?
I'm not sure.
Because they were obviously they were co-stars on Cruel Intentions. Because he played something Valmont. What was his name? And because he dies in the most. I've seen people get hit by a car and survive, and he got hit by a car and died, which I always thought was okay, he got hit by a car. Didn't seem like it was even that bad a hit by a car, but he died. But I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, didn't have to get thrown off a bridge or something, because he has a fight with Reginald, the music teacher, because he fucks a seal. See, I remember all this shit. This is like a wealth of useless information. Cruel Intentions.
He didn't remember that he wasn't in Scream. He was in.
No, you said Scream. I said I still know, and then I said actually no. It was I know the first one. He played Sarah Michelle Gellar's boyfriend, who then gets fucked up at the gym.
Brother, it's a brother, isn't it? Oh no,
I know what he did last summer.
Yeah. So, just to give you a little bit of a brief on his relationship, relationships have always been Felipe's weaknesses. Some would believe that he has fallen out of luck. Felipe married Reese Witherspoon in 1999, and later in that same year, they birthed Ava Elizabeth Felipe, their daughter. In 2003, they had their second child, Deacon Reese Felipe. In 2007, the couple divorced, and Felipe dated Abby Cornish. Don't know who Abby Cornish is.
Name
In the
rings a
following
bell,
years,
but
he
yeah.
is.
Name rings a bell, but I don't know.
No, I'm not. Maybe I do know. No. In the following years, he dated Alexis Knapp and Paula. It can't be Slagter. I suppose it might be. And he got sued by Elise Hewitt, his ex-girlfriend, apparently. So he's had stuff going on, hasn't he?
Yeah. Not that I care, but yeah.
Tell me anything about his suing, which I'm concerned about.
Why are you concerned about Ryan Felipe being sued?
I just wonder what he got sued for.
Being a twat.
You can't just go, he even got sued by Elise Hewitt, his ex-girlfriend. I'm like, what happened there?
I don't care.
Anyway, I care. I care.
Do it in your own time. Our listeners don't care.
It's also Colin Firth.
Yeah, King. You got the you did the King speech there.
Colin Firth. Colin Firth's birthday.
Oscar winner.
Oscar winner. Yes. Loved him in Kingsman. I will say.
Yes.
Loved him in Kingsman.
Yes.
Manners
maketh man.
So it's his birthday today. I celebrate that. I like Colin Firth.
I tell you what,
Pride and Prejudice.
I'm gonna link back to possibly the worst fight scene ever in movie history, and it takes place with another person that we've spoken about, Hugh Grant, Bridget Jones's Diary, when they have the fight and they end up in the water fountain.
Yeah.
It's probably, to be fair, the most accurate fight between two blokes,
British gentlemen.
Well, just blokes in general, because we all think like, oh, yeah, I get in a fight, I'm fucking duck and weave, I fucking get him with a jab, come round with a round fucking uppercut. Like, no, you're gonna have, it's a slap fight contest, then the two of you are gonna roll around on the floor like a couple of fucking idiots. Like, let's be honest, even myself, like, I'm not Mike Tyson, I'm not gonna be in there like you know, I'm literally just gonna go in there windmilling and hope I fucking land something, you know. I got no technique at all, mate. I'm like a flailing rhinoceros or something as I come charging towards you. So, but it's the most accurate fight that you'll probably ever see in a film. But it was so bad. So bad.
Although I will say, he redeemed himself with the church scene in was it Kingsman 2? When he just
when he just like massacres the whole fucking church.
Decimated everybody in there. Oh dear. So I celebrate Colin Firth. I thought that was good. He is 62 years old today, so he's getting on. He's getting up there. I also got this one in. I don't know him very well, but I thought you might. Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane's birthday today, 54 years old. One of the most skilled MCs.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, that tells you, like, I have no idea who the fuck that dude is. Big Daddy Kane. I thought it was a wrestler.
Big Daddy Kane. No, Big Daddy Kane. Yeah,
No
Kane was a wrestler. Not Big
Kane
Daddy
was a wrestler, but, you know, well, Big Daddy was a wrestler and all. So, like, you know, I don't know if it was their love child. I don't know.
No, he was an 80s American rapper whose career blew up in the 80s, apparently. He's well known for his work as an MC, so that person that just talks over the music, basically.
Yeah, nah. Moving on.
Here I am, I'm gonna chat. I've got nothing to say, but here's that. I'm gonna try to rap. There you go, that's all you get out of me, kids.
Cool.
If you want more, you're gonna have to come to Twitch and, just ask. And I'll ruin that for you as well. So I'm not going to get into it because I thought TJ might actually know
I haven't
more.
got a clue who that dude is.
Real name is Antonio Hardy.
No,
apparently Big
no
Daddy
clue.
Kane.
No
Okay,
clue.
we've got Big Daddy Kane, isn't it? Anyway, we'll move swiftly on from that and go on to Monday. Now, of course, Monday is September 11th, which I'm sure is important to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it is, of course, Patriots Day on September 11th, a time to reflect on the devastating 9/11 terror attacks that took nearly 3,000 lives. Now, a lot of people call conspiracy on that, of course. If you go on the line, if you want to go on the internet and read too much, they will at some
Tower
point
7.
tell you that everybody's done it.
Tower 7.
Tower 7.
What was it? Tower 7 controlled explosion? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
can see the explosions going up the building. It's
that's
demolition.
a powder keg. That is a very incendiary topic. To say the
So
least.
all you conspiracy nuts, feel free to message below that we can just ignore. Sorry, but no, in serious note, it was terrible that obviously a lot of firefighters and emergency services people did lose their lives.
Well,
along with a
and
lot
just
of other
general
civilians.
public as well who
Yeah.
worked in the buildings, you know.
A lot of civilians
And on the
that they were
planes,
killed that day.
you know,
Yeah.
the innocent people that were on the planes as well.
Exactly. So terrible, terrible, guys. Terrorism is should never be celebrated at all. It is horrible. It's absolutely horrible that people feel that they should fear people into demands, I guess, or just horrific events. Moving swiftly onto TJ's wanted favourite day, which is the National Boss Employee Exchange Day. I think we'd all like to at least try this out once.
Yeah.
Get ready to step into a different pair of shoes as we celebrate this fun day where your boss lets you be the boss, I guess.
I would go straight into the office, go onto the wages file, and then put an extra 0 at the end of my annual salary.
Exactly.
And then put a lock or something on the file so that my boss can't tamper with it. And then I'd be there. I'm done for the day. I'm going home because I'm a boss. I don't have to be here today. See you later. Yeah,
See you later.
that's what I would do.
Yes, I think we all would. I think I'd definitely go in and put another 0 and go, well, my day done. Also, who don't I like?
yeah. Shit canned. You and you.
You're all right. Moving on to another day that I think is absolute bullshit is National Make Your Bed Day. Again, you should make your bed.
It's
Right?
okay. Right. I will. Right.
He's going to defend it. He's going to defend it.
No,
wait a minute.
no.
We've got a noise for this.
Devil's advocate. No, devil's advocate here. Right. Why?
Why should you make your bed?
Why, other than the fact that it's just a civilized thing to do? Why?
It's a civilized thing to do.
Yeah, no. Well, I make the bed, or my wife makes the bed. We make our daughter make her bed. But, you are just getting back into it that night.
You are. But if you're anything like me, my covers are all over the place in the morning because my wife gets up before me, and I'm just like,
You're like,
too hot, too cold. Then at some point, I'll just take a corner.
Yeah.
And then that, as long as it covers, no one's looking at me, but I just cover me private region.
Just lying there with just like tiny little cover and just covering.
There isn't corner small enough.
Your wife walks in and just shakes her head and goes, for God's sake, look at that.
Look at the state of it.
Yeah.
But no, did you know we spend a third of our lives in bed, TJ? Did you know that?
Yes, I have. Yeah. So I've heard, you know, I mean, the term like, you know, sleep when you're dead, but yeah, obviously, you know.
TJ doesn't sleep much. I don't sleep much, so.
I've been getting better. Definitely through my younger years, like sleep was not something that I even knew the meaning of. It was like, you know, if I got 4 hours, it was good. And I'm very much a night person. So, like, we're filming the pod now. It's actually midnight now. I will then be finishing up with you. The UFC starts at 3 a.m., so I'm going to watch the UFC. I probably won't go to sleep till 6. I was up at 8 this morning. Then tomorrow I'll probably sleep until maybe about 10, so I'll probably go 4 hours. And then, you know, I'll do it all again. I mean, you know, and then the nights I stream, I always plan to come off streaming at like 11:30. 1 o'clock I'm still streaming. I got work the next day. Sleep is... I've always been a night person. Always been a night person, and I've been able to function on not a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
Whether or not like I'm gonna hit a wall at like 50 or something, and I'm just gonna be a narcoleptic, sleep all the fucking time. I don't know. Maybe it might happen. Don't know.
Just nodding asleep at the wheel.
I'll just be like, yeah, Jay. Yeah.
I can't say shit to that effect. Cannot say shit because I have fallen asleep on stream.
Live.
Yeah,
Snoring on stream. Character hilarious playing Apex. Jay's like this asleep, and his character's running into a wall like this because he's fucking got his finger fucking like leant down on the analog stick. And Jay's like,
I managed to reload.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he did. He was fucking asleep, and his character reloads. We're like, what is going on here? If he gets a kill here, there's something dodgy.
He wins the game.
Yeah. Jay wins by default because he's in the fucking, he's in the
zone.
in the zone. Yeah, in the ring. Fucking hell, that would have been
How
hilarious.
much the VOD back. And I was like, oh my god. I was jumping at one point, which I don't know how I'd managed to do, and then I reloaded, and people were going, "What's just happened?"
Like, hello,
Oh.
sending sound alerts through and all sorts.
To be fair, I had drank a substantial amount of Jack Daniels due to it being, I think it was Was it New Year's Eve or Christmas?
It was something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. You did a thing, didn't you?
Yeah,
Shots for subs.
sub for a sub.
Yeah.
Shots for subs, which is
Yeah,
a bad idea.
over
Kids,
Christmas,
don't do that.
and yeah,
It's a
people
bad
just
idea.
took you to task on it a little bit.
Yeah, they did. They started just gifting 5 subs, and I was going, okay.
That's not a shot. That's
more.
fucking down in a glass.
Anyway, moving on. It is also Ludacris's birthday.
Luda!
55 years. Ludacris. Now, I quite like Ludacris, mainly because I sort of like his character from
Fast.
Fast. Yes, I quite
think he's
enjoy
done
his
anything
quite jokes and
else.
stuff.
But yeah,
I think he's been in other stuff.
He's got a good relationship with Tyrese, isn't he?
Yes.
Roman Pierce.
Roman Pierce. Yes.
Although I can't remember Ludacris's name in it.
Tez.
But I just remember Tez.
I'm sure it's Tez, isn't it? 'Cause he's,
something
in,
like that. Tej.
In 10,
Tej,
he goes
it's
little
Tej.
Tez.
Tej.
Yeah, and he's got that little dude with a bobblehead, and it's Ludacris's head.
Yeah,
So
they're
it's quite
you know,
funny.
they've got a good comedy duo kind of thing
They
going
have.
on. A little bit
They
silly. They're like the wacky out there, aren't they? They go to space.
It's a
and
little
do all that
comic
kind of
relief,
shit.
isn't it? I mean, it's a
Yeah.
little comic relief. I mean, I think that film needs that though,
And
especially with Vin Diesel being so serious all
They
the
got
time.
Natalie and
Family.
Emmanuel, wouldn't they, with them as well, which is
Yeah.
she kind of plays off them quite well as well. So
I always remember her from Game of Thrones. Won't tell you why.
moving on.
Now this one, Taraji P. Henson.
Taraji P. Henson, Oscar
Yes.
winner, I believe.
I think she is an Oscar winner. She starred in Sister Sid, which I remember from being a young boy when Sister Sid was on. Sister, don't you know how much I missed you?
Anyway,
House, and her big role currently is Empire, which I haven't watched any of Empire. But I hear good things.
Well, yeah, she was also in. There's a Kevin Costner film. She's a mathematician, a black mathematician, and it's like they're trying to get I think they're trying to get to the moon. Hidden Numbers. Is it Hidden Numbers?
Is it Hidden
And
Numbers?
she's like a mathematical genius, but it's obviously at the
Yes.
height of like you know, when black people
do
weren't
know what
allowed to
you're on
like
about.
share toilets, and like they were seen
She's
as
like-
second class citizens. She's a fucking Mensa level genius. Is
just
it
gonna
called Hidden
quickly look it up.
Number?
She was in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, The Family That Prays,
Not Hidden. Hidden Figures. It's called
Hidden Figures. That's
Hidden
it.
Figures. Hidden Numbers. I was close. Yeah, she was in that. Did she win an Oscar for some reason?
She won. She had a win for Best Actress in Empire, Golden Globe. She had an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress in Curious Case of Benjamin Button. So I don't think she's won an Oscar.
I thought she had.
Let's go
Oh, hang
through
on.
this a little.
Nominee. BAFTA. Oh, okay, maybe not.
Yeah, multiple nominations and won the SAG Award for Outstanding Performance by cast in a motion picture. In a motion picture, what? Anyway, she was in Karate Kid remake in 2010. Film is terrible.
Probably
Jackie Chan is
Thingy's
great.
son. The Thingy's
Yeah.
mum. Sorry. Will Smith's Jaden Smith's son. Mum.
Jaden Smith, yeah.
Probably Jaden Smith's
He's
mum.
gone off the rails a little bit, ain't he, that Jaden Smith?
Mate,
Fucking hell.
mate, I don't want to like thingy, but the family are fucking like off the rails,
Yeah.
mate. Off the fucking
Yeah.
reservation. Like,
100%, mate. 100%.
I-
We won't
okay.
get into it.
no, I will, because I will say one thing. Like, she,
Yes.
Jada, manipulative.
Yeah, man.
Manipulative.
Bad juju.
Like,
Bad
I don't
juju.
like. How do you emasculate a man? Oh, let's have this red table talk and pretty much tell your
mate.
husband how while we're on a family holiday, I'm getting slammed by my son's friend.
Yeah.
While
Oh,
you're
man.
like, how to emasculate a man in front of the nation, and then wonder why he's lost the fucking plot and goes on a rampage and slaps up Chris Rock at the Oscars. Because you watch that back, he laughs at the fucking joke.
Yeah,
It's
he
not
does. He
even
laughs
that
at the joke.
fucking bad. He
And then
laughs
he
at the
turns
joke.
to her and
She
she's
rolls
got
her eyes, and
face
he's like,
him.
"Oh fuck, this is going to be red table talk. Why didn't you defend me? I'm going to have to go and do something. I'll go and slap Chris Rock." Which I don't condone violence, and Will Smith, you're a twat for doing it. Chris Rock, you're a legend for the way you handled it. Anyone who's criticising Chris Rock for his comment is a fucking comedian. Shut up, get back in your box.
And he was making a what's it called? He was making a joke of the film.
He's making a film reference joke. She shaved her head. She's got alopecia. Okay, cool. He weren't going, ha, you fucking bald bitch, was he? No, he didn't. He turned around and made a joke about a film reference. He's a comedian. What do you expect?
G.I. Jane, that's what it was.
Fuck me.
Jane.
If she'd gone in there with Ricky Gervais, oh my days, Ricky Gervais
mate.
would have litten her up. If you think Chris Rock was bad love, you should have gone to the fucking Golden Globes. He would have had a fucking field day with you and your red table, you silly bitch.
Oh, I'd have paid good money. Wouldn't you have paid good money?
Mate, I would have loved it. Will Smith would have had to kill Ricky Gervais. He would have gone that bad on it. He'd have literally had to gone up there and just stomp on his head. He'd be like, "You can't talk like that about my wife." Like, do you know what I mean?
Because my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Like, I can't stand her. I just think she's such a pompous, arrogant bitch. And I apologise. If you like her, then more for you.
Maybe this isn't the podcast for you.
No, fucking hell. I'm going to start my own pod called the Red Hat Diaries, and I'm going to fucking, just go around and slag everyone else off and say that I'm the queen or king of fucking whatever. Oh, God.
I'd like to see you say yourself the queen, mate. That'd be fun for me.
Well, yeah.
It'd amuse me. It'd amuse me greatly. Right, moving away from the calendar news and entertainment news before TJ goes on a rant and start, I don't know, fighting people in the street with his whirlwind arms. Ooh, bit of a bad one to start on. Probe into the death of a teenager who died after a viral one-chip challenge. Now, this story, I've got the information from the Mail online. So apparently, authorities are probing into the death of a 14-year-old Harris Wallabar.
I think it's Wallabar. I think it's that, yeah.
After he took part in a one-chip challenge. Now, we talk about this because, obviously, my wonderful co-host here, you do a lot of hot, spicy things, don't you, mate?
I do. I have this thing in my channel where I am, if you are gracious enough to follow my channel, I have a bean wheel that I spin that's got like Bean Boozled, Bertie Bots and stuff on. If you are even more gracious enough to grant me a sub, I do a chili bean wheel which has got these, which are the Bean Boozled.
I always enjoy gifting them five,
and they've got like Carolina Reaper, Cayenne Habanero, and so forth. And that has also led me, whenever I've done charity streams, that's mostly designed around eating horrible stuff or hot stuff. So I've done like the world's hottest noodles. I have looked into the past about getting the one. I did the Toe of Satan, which was a lollipop that is so many thousand million Scovilles, whatever, that you got hold in your mouth for 5 minutes. That was awful. And I have looked at doing the one chip challenge myself, but here in the UK, they're not the easiest thing to source, to be honest with you. They do like knockoff ones, like other companies, but I would like to do a legit one. And like I say, they're not. You either pay through the nose for them, or they're very, very difficult to come to get hold of. So I have yet not done one. But then, this on September the 1st, wasn't it? I do question. It doesn't say. It says that they are going, that they're doing a what do you call it? A post-mortem on him.
Yeah.
And I wonder if we're going to find that he had underlying health issues, maybe some allergic reaction.
I mean, it's caused major things because the creator of the chip, or crisp as it would be in the UK, has actually asked retailers to stop selling the individual wrestling. So
yes, they're pulling it from the shelves, aren't they? Now, because the other thing as well is this is a yearly thing, so it's been going since 2016, and each year it's a slightly different chip, whether that be flavour, whether that be the amount of powder, whatever, like
Scovilles.
Because it's Reaper and Naga chilies, I believe, isn't it? I think that's right. Naga Viper pepper and Carolina Reaper. And so yeah, they've obviously, because I think last year's one had like blue powder on it and turned your tongue blue.
Right.
Pardon me, sorry. But yeah, it's and they do state very clearly on the packaging, this is not for children, it's an adult thing, but it has become a bit of a social media sensation all over YouTube, TikTok, people doing this. And there's obviously, there's like a challenge thing on the back, which is if you can last so long without having any food or drink, I think it is. What is it? If you can do 1 minute, you're technically classed as harmless. If you can do 10 minutes, you're a slitherer. 30 minutes is you're venomous, and 1 hour you're an apex predator. If you before you eat or drink anything for relief, i.e., milk, bread, the standard things that help quell the pain that it causes.
Now, the California Reaper pepper, just to give you an idea, is named the world's hottest pepper, measuring up to 2.2 million Scoville heat units on the Scoville scale. And the Naga Viper pepper came in just below at 1.3 million.
Yeah.
Million just makes it sound ridiculous, though.
Yeah, but where does the scale start at 1? Because if it does, then it's rather. If the scale starts at like 900,000, it'd be like one of them weird scales, you know. Like we're English, we're British. Like freezing is 0, boiling is 100. America, because it goes Fahrenheit, it's like freezing is like 26.
It is 26, isn't it?
I don't know. I just made. If it is, I made that fucking number up, so I don't fucking know. And boiling is
like 30.
It's
30
like
higher than what.
Yeah, Fahrenheit. And I'm just like, I don't like. Yeah, easy numerical numbers. 0, 100. There you go. Easy.
That's what metric is, kids. That's what metric is.
And then, like, to this Scoville level, where do they start? They could start at fucking like 637,000. You're like, what a random number to start at. I have no idea. It may start from 1 if it does. Okay.
Right, I'm just going to bring it up just because I've got to know now. Man looks at the thing on the internet. So give me a second.
Hang on,
Right. When we're back out, it starts from 0, but then it goes from 0 to 2,000. And that's sort of mild. So bell pepper, Lombardo, Anaheim, Golden Greek, and Anko Poblano.
What does sriracha come at? Because sriracha's like the minimum level, like, of the beans that I do. That's probably got to be quite low, I would have thought. Sriracha's I really like sriracha sauce, actually. I'm not a massive pepper heat fan, I'll be honest.
Well, jalapeno's only classed as mild hot, and that's 2,000 to 50,000.
Depending on what type of
jalapeno, Del Arbo, lemon drop,
so
Tabasco,
probably comes in around there.
Serrano, and cayenne come in at mild. Then hot is ricotta, Thai peppers, chiltepin, Charleston hot, and Pequin.
No idea.
Never heard of it myself. Spicy hot is Scotch bonnet. I've eaten a Scotch bonnet before. That was pretty fucking spicy. Pimento Donada, Jamaican hot yellow, and very hot is habanero, fatality yellow, devil's tongue red, really hot. Now getting to 50. I know, yeah, 50,000, 500,000. Sorry, plus is really hot. Yellow pot yellow, 7-pot bubblegum, 7-pot bubblegum. And that's going to confuse a child somewhere.
Very hot is what? 700,000, and these fucker is 2.2 million.
No, very hot is 250,000.
And this fucker's
really hot. Yeah.
What do they class as 2.2 million then? Like,
so
melt your fucking face
hot.
off.
Yeah, extreme hot. So Carolina Reaper, Trinidad Morugu, Scorpion, and 7-pot. What is 7-pot? What's that so important for? 7-pot Dougla. Doesn't even come on.
Sounds like a fucking Pokemon.
Yeah, Fiery Hot, which is where that Naga Viper sits, and Komodo Dragon. I was thought Komodo Dragon was a creature.
The Komodo Dragon is a Komodo Dragon.
Yeah. 7-pot Lucy again. They love that 7-pot. But that's 1 million. That is very hot. So that is crazy.
Oh, well.
And 2.2 is the hottest that it can go. So it is the Carolina Reaper is the hottest. 2.2 million Scoville heat units.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
No, I don't think that's wise.
So,
kids.
yeah, go. Obviously, yeah, like we will obviously tread back on this when there's any news comes out from a post-mortem. But yeah, 14 years old, like life just disappeared for nothing for eating
Yeah.
a spicy chip. It's
So
mad.
be
Absolutely
careful,
mad.
kids. Just
Yeah.
because your friends said that you should
When
do
it
it, don't
says
fucking do it.
like intended for adult consumption. So it says on the back, this is what it says: keep out of reach of children. Intended for adult consumption. Do not eat if you are sensitive to spicy foods, allergic to peppers, nightshades, or capsaicins, or are pregnant, have any other medical conditions. After touching the chip, wash your hands with soap. Do not touch your eyes. They do give you gloves, which also should give you an indicator that something's fucking like not good with this. Seek medical assistance before you experience if you experience difficulty breathing, fainting, or extended nausea. So yeah, not for the faint-of-hearted and not for children.
Not at all. My life, kids. So do be careful. TJ will be eating one in just a moment. Joking.
I will struggle even more to get hold of one now. I will be doing a charity stream in November, and I was looking at weird shit that I can eat, and one of them was I was going to potentially try, because I had a snail on stream last year, was the sarstrawmin, the fermented fish, but I'm very dubious as to whether I want to do that, because if I spill any of that shit in here, it's going to stink this room out for a long time. So I'm kind of looking. I've got an idea of a different way to go this year, but it'll still be around eating weird shit.
So do check that out, kids, if you want to see our friend TJ basically struggle, like I always do. Fun for me. Fun for me, kids. Moving on to the next story. Megan Fox is in the news, and it's not her shagging her partner, Machine Gun Kelly, for once. Thank fuck. Sick of reading them stories. Megan Fox is going to play Vampire in Mortal Kombat. What's her name now? What's the name of the character? Nitara. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not a massive Mortal Kombat player myself. Obviously, I'm so old that I played Mortal Kombat 1 when it came out, and Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat 3 I played a bit of. Terrible at them, kids. If you come to my stream to watch me play Mortal Kombat, you're just coming to watch me fail. That's all that is. I have watched the stories every now and then, I will say.
I've seen the films.
Mortal Kombat!
I'll tell you, have you seen? I'll tell you what, right? Just quickly, they released an advert for Mortal Kombat 1, and it was Dave Bautista. And
yes,
I've seen. And oh my god, it got me amped up to so want to play Mortal Kombat 1. And I'm not a fan of beat 'em ups, and I was just like, oh fuck yeah. Oh yeah, I want to play some Mortal Kombat. Like, obviously, I haven't done, and I probably won't do. But it was definitely did what the advert intended to do, which was to stir something inside and make me want to go and punch some people in the face in a video game.
You've seen him windmill, kids. You've seen him windmill.
But yeah, so yeah, Megan Fox, obviously. Did you watch the video that came with this article?
I didn't actually watch the video.
Well, she turns around and she says just like, oh yeah, she's a vampire, which is very very like me. And I'm like, what, you suck blood on the regular? Like you only come out at night? You sleep in a coffin? How are you like a fucking vampire? Fucking weird creature. I mean,
Machine Gun Kelly will tell us she sucks something. I don't know if it's blood.
They are very, very weird, isn't she? Because I'll always remember they were at like some award show and she's there and they're talking about, and they were saying, oh, what are you doing later? And she's like, whatever daddy tells me. And I'm like, you're like 40 odd years old, love. And he's like,
with children,
10, 12 years younger than you. And you're calling him daddy? Seems a bit weird. You're a bit mental, but I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crisps.
No. My wife's got a bit of a big crush on Megan Fox.
I would say she's had work done, but she's a very attractive lady.
Yeah, she's very, very pretty. I remember in Transformers.
But I think crazy as fuck.
Yes.
I think definitely she's like the modern day equivalent. Do you remember? I'll tell you what, right? Actually, for reference, for me and you, because we're old, Jay, Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox is our Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton. Yes, I could see that.
They were weird as shit. Like, wore vials of blood around each other's neck. Like, done some weird sex stuff and that. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox are like this era's version of that.
I think their wedding ring isn't one of her wedding rings that'll damage her if she takes it off. Like it's got inverted sort of thorns in it or something.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. Yeah. So if she tries to take it off, the thorns will stick into her hand.
Well, that's just fucking stupid.
It is, because it's called a pair of pliers, kids.
It's called you're an idiot.
Anyway, just to fill in what the story says, obviously TJ's already touched on that, though she thinks it's cool to be in the game because I'm not really just voicing it. It's like she's kind of me. No,
No.
it's a video game character. You're not a vampire. The teaser shows Nitara using her claws, fangs, and aerial ability to fight her way to bloody victory. Now, I will say, just because we're going on a tangent a little bit about Mortal Kombat has had some very interesting DLC characters. I think we've talked about this before.
Well, yeah, they put a lot of emphasis on getting other licenses and bringing them into the game, don't they?
You've had a Xenomorph, you've had is it Jason? Have they had that Jason?
I don't know. Well, they've had RoboCop, they've had Terminator, they've had Alien, like you say. Predator's been in there. Rambo. Rambo's in there. No. Chuck Norris has probably been in there, let's be honest.
Chuck Norris would just win.
Yeah, Chuck Norris kill everyone.
That man's got another fuss beneath his
That's what they should have done in Alien. Just, fuck it, call in Chuck. Chuck would have fucked them up.
If they put him in DVD, do you think you'd just walk on? And
Mate, if Chuck Norris became in DVD, the game would break because there'd be too many. Chuck Norris would just punch the entity in the face and destroy the realm.
Chuck Norris just punches a tree and just
wake up and go,
everything.
Nah, fuck this shit. And that's it.
Roundhouse.
It just roundhouse kick the air and it would break the whole game.
For those that are interested, Mortal Kombat 1 comes to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series X on the 19th of September. So if you're interested, it's not far away, kids. It's not far away. If you want to listen to Megan Fox's nonsense as a vampire lady that she thinks she embodies, then you can do it then. Enjoy. Enjoy. Right, moving from one crazy to another lot of crazy. We're going to get into a little bit more about the Starfield controversies shortly. But Alana Pierce. Now, do you know who Alana Pierce is?
I don't.
Right, Alana Pierce is
obviously a content creator.
Yeah, she's a content creator. She used to write for IGN, and she's worked away so much so that she's a dev now over at Sony. And because everyone is so spiteful about how one video game is on a console that it's not on the other console. So someone came out recently about poor Alana Pierce while she was streaming over on Twitch. She was playing Starfield, and she took 7 hours to fly from somewhere into Pluto, which then she went straight through Pluto, which I think is hilarious. Then said that, like, well, I can't believe that. Hold on, let me just see if I can find that.
Hold on, while you're looking for that, let me ask this. She literally spent 7 hours sitting there on a live stream, just flying in a straight line for Pluto.
Yep. Yes, she did.
Wow, that must have been the world's boringest fucking stream in the history of streaming.
Well, she's very pretty, so essentially people just stay there just to see Alana, basically. So
what are you saying, Jay? What are you saying? Are you saying she's
I'm saying she's very pretty.
Simps in her channel or something?
I 100% think that. I don't watch her, but personally. But anyway, this guy, AP, or the AP99, Alana Pierce should be fired for promoting Xbox games on a public platform like this. Extremely unprofessional and demonstrates the lack of loyalty and seriousness to PlayStation, her employer.
What, did he actually put that on her stream or in...
No, she put it on Twitter. Because someone had dared to say that you can fly to any planet in Starfield, just takes you hours. Took Alana Pierce 7 hours to fly to Pluto here. He also tags in Corey Balrog, who is the director for the God of War games, and I think she did one of the voices, or she was a dev on God of War. So obviously she's actually spoken out about this now. So she says she has responded saying, "Their so-called console war doesn't exist among game devs who often work between companies and play each other's games. I get that these console fanboys think that they're like this constant war. There's this like constant war, but the truth is, the games industry has people shared around all the time between many of these companies because there are so many jobs available in game development. If there's anything consistent between all the people that I know who work at PlayStation or who work at Nintendo or who work at Xbox, is they don't care. So, can we stop this silly console war and going after people for playing video games? Can we just calm down a little bit? I realise that PlayStation may be your life, or Xbox is your life, or whatever it is. But don't go after. I mean, we did this about fucking actors, didn't we? Where people went after voice actors.
I was just
Like,
thinking the
guys,
same thing. The woman that voiced Ada Wong.
yeah. Can
Like,
you just
jokes.
all calm the fuck down? Like, just seriously, you need to grow up, really. Right? I'm not suggesting that you go out and spend £4,000 on a PC or go and buy a new console. But if the game isn't on your system, don't go after people. Just go, oh, can't play that game.
Mm.
And that's it. Because that's all there is. Bitching and whinging about it isn't going to change the fact that you won't be able to play X game on your X console because it doesn't matter. Not really. Right? It's just sad and pathetic. Which takes us straight into our main subject of today. Which, of course, is Starfield. Because Starfield is a massive thing at the moment on the internet.
Starfield is like, even if you're not in the gaming industry, in the gaming sphere, like, I've had people speak to me like about, oh, what's Starfield? Have you played Starfield? What's it like? Like, and they're not even
Mainly
gamers.
me. Sorry, guys.
No, it wasn't you. I'm talking about like people at work, because it just seems to like be everywhere. Like, all prevalent streamers are talking about it.
Yeah. It's had 6 million players.
The problem is, though, as we're going to discuss, the biggest thing that hit it this week was controversy that is within the game but kind of transcends the game, and it's an unfortunate that it's been dragged into this mire, and it's bullshit for the sake of bullshit, isn't it? Like,
it is. 100% is, especially because it just continues the usual trend you see when a popular game comes out. It's, of course, getting review bombed. So, look, if you've got an issue with a game, perfectly fine. No one's got a problem with you having an issue with a game, but me and TJ have spoken about this before. Very rarely will you find a game that gets rated 0, which means there's no game, or 1, which means it just, well, there's no music, graphics aren't existent, there's no characters. Like, basically, you've just got someone's idea of a game, which gives it a score of 1. If you go out of 10, then everything's got to be broken down into its 5 sections: graphics, music, gameplay, story. Another one I can't think of. Please tell me below. So at the moment, obviously, Bethesda's brand new game, Starfield, which is an RPG set in space, very much in the vein of Skyrim, Morrowind, Fallout, has just recently come out. I mean, it was on early access last week, so we talked about it there, but it has come out to general praise from reviewers. But of course, currently sits on the most useless thing in the world, Metacritic, and it sits at 5.4 with a mix of positive, mixed, and negative reviews.
And that's from 3,000 ratings. But the critics review 87.
Yeah.
So
which is more in line with what I'd give it. 8.7.
Now, obviously, Jay, very much a space fan. Loves, like, has been playing a lot of games. I have played the game. It's not a game that I would normally be drawn to, but I was like, okay, no, I'm going to play a little bit of this. It's free on Game Pass at day one, so I downloaded it. It's quite large. It's 140 gig. 140 gig. Yeah, I was about like, I was say 1.4. That's quite low. No, 140 gig. But I have only played a couple of hours of it tops. And the one thing that bugged me, I knew was going to bug me, because it's my least enjoyable thing, along with racing car games, and that's the space flight. That just like, I was just like, oh, this is fucking, like, when I was trying to shoot stuff, and it's like, I just don't enjoy this part of it at all, which is fundamentally a large part of the game, because it is a space game where you're flying from planet to planet. So that part I really didn't enjoy, but the on-planet stuff, just getting to grips with a few bits and pieces. Like, the gunplay was all right. It's not amazing. It's not terrible. Graphically, it's pretty decent, to be honest. I didn't really have many bugs to speak of. I thought Valko was a little bit annoying as your robot, but then he will probably become more important later on, I imagine, as the game goes on.
He's one of many companions. You get up to 10 companions.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I did feel that. And I'm early, like, the story kind of throws you straight into this weird mining thing, and then this thing happens, and it just, like, there's a very blank, expressionless nature to most of the characters. Like when you start, you go and touch something, you fucking like wig out, you pass out, you see these images, and then when you come to, like, how are you? What did you see?
Can tell he
Are
hasn't
you
played many Bethesda
okay?
games.
And I'm like, cool. This is showing a lot of care for me that I've just like, nearly died, but wicked. Then when it's like, there's a bit where these like pirates come in and land on the planet you're on to try and attack you, the Crimson Fleet, and they're like, oh no, they must have followed me through space.
Oh shit.
It's like, let's get them. It's just like, am I watching a 1970s B movie? Because this is really quite painful. But and I am very much an immersive story, like we were discussing the other day. Like, my type of game is a very linear. I like linear story-based games.
Yes.
My top 3 games are currently Last of Us, Metal Gear Solid, and Until Dawn. Very move in one direction, like and then the Uncharted will fill up in my top 10 as well, some of the Uncharted games. So, and at the moment, the game that I'm playing at the moment, Alien Isolation, which I'm in love with, and is very close to jumping into that top 3. Once again, it's another very linear, story-driven, move in one direction game. And that's my kind of game. It's what I love. So the open world, I always knew I was going to be like, I'm not going to get the full benefit and love of it like other people would. But the story part of it at the moment is what's not grabbed me. I would say what I said to you, Jay, I'm meh at the moment, but I am going to persevere. I feel I need to give the game about 10 hours. And if after 10 hours, I'm like, because of how big and how vast the game is, if I give it 10 hours over the next couple of weeks, then I feel I will have played enough to be able to turn around and say, it's just not for me. Or maybe 10 hours is a little bit too much, but I'll say 10 hours. It's not for me, or it is. But I definitely don't think it's not a 0 or a 1. There are definite issues. I would probably give it a 6 at this moment in time. So that 5.4 is probably fairish, but the only reason it's 5.4 is because it's been review bombed. The people, because if you took away the ones that are blatant knobheads that are just doing it for shits and giggles, giving it bad reviews, shits and giggles, not that they actually feel it is a bad game, it's probably going to be sitting about 7.6 or something like that, I would say.
Which is fair. And one of the reviews I read, by the way, TJ, a 0 review was not very good, would be better on PlayStation.
You're just a knob. You're just a knob. What would make it better on PlayStation? It's the same fucking game, you idiot. Like, what a dickhead.
It's got 1 million concurrent players across all platforms, which is 2 platforms, PC and Xbox. Yeah. I will say this, and I told TJ this before, Bethesda games are renownedly known for crafting your own sort of story. There is a story, but the main joy, and I did explain to TJ, is that when you go and do a side mission, it will become like a linear adventure that you'll go through, and that becomes an interesting adventure that you did. It's not about just the main story. The main story is obviously always there, but for me, what I enjoy is, for example, there is a xenomorph, sort of terramorph they're called, mission where you go and join a group of people, and then that storyline, just from joining this little group of people, then builds into xenomorphs are attacking planets that they shouldn't be on. Again, they give you all the lore of why, and then that builds its own story, which is separate from the main story. It doesn't affect the main story at all. It's just an interesting story that isn't just like most side quests, which I find quite boring, which is let's just go over here, grab these 3 items, then bring them back, and thank you, here's your credits, here's a little bit of experience. What this tends to do is build a story, and you play all the way through to its conclusion, which can be between 2 missions to be 10 missions, maybe in some instances maybe 15 missions. There's another one where you go deep cover, so you go into the Crimson Pirates, and of course what Bethesda always do is they give you multiple outcomes, so you can decide to side with the Crimson Fleet, or you can decide to join the UC on their fleet, the people who originally told you to go and join it. So you can go a bit Point Break, I suppose, would be the correct reference. I didn't know that had a remake, by the way, just going on a little bit of a tangent.
Not a great remake. Not a great
No,
remake.
I didn't watch it
Changed the
because
story quite a bit because they rob banks for a different reason, and they
right.
thought they follow a thing about like the 7 rings. I think it is. It's like this old Japanese proverb.
No, give me more
Swayze and Reeves.
Yeah, Swayze and Reeves in that surf thing. You know what we got to do, man? We're gonna have to go and surf, and then we'll go and rob some banks so we can keep surfing. That's amazing, bro. I don't
Anyway,
care.
getting back to Starfield.
Getting back to Starfield. So the joy for a lot of people in the Fallouts and the Skyrims and now your Starfield is that you craft in your own adventure and you're being your own hero and you're enjoying the tale. Now, that's all well and good. Not everyone is going to like that format. It it hits it hits a group of people that are into it, and then doesn't hit another group. No, but as I've told you before, no game that is fully functional and is working and has good sound and a half decent story will ever really fall below a 5 for me, because 5 is average. 5 says that this is a game that works. So you can't really go to your 0s and your 1s and your 2s. I mean, maybe a 4 if fundamentally parts of it don't work.
Cyberpunk definitely hit below a 5.
Cyberpunk's very good now.
No. Now it is, yes. But when it first came out, that was probably about a 2 because it legit did not fucking work.
It didn't work, which is again a very good, reasonable criticism. But if the game is actually working and has good things, that even your most picky reviewer, such as the Jimquisition, right? You can't really go below a 5 if it's actually fundamentally working.
Yeah,
because it works, which makes it average. So, you can say that you didn't like anything about it, but that's why it never really goes above a 4 or a 5. So to go on there and just to get your fucking weird point across, which is, I'm mad that this game doesn't have on my console, so I'm in a free serve situation where I can give it a review and I'm going to tell it to fuck off because it's shit, is just idiotic, guys. Don't do it. Don't be a moron. Of course, this not being the only controversy that they've had, is it? So,
no.
Talking about also Sony people, Starfield players or people who are playing it are really trying to make it seem like it's a PlayStation thing. I've seen things like Starfield themed PlayStation 5s. I've seen that people have got mods where they can make the PlayStation logo start at the start. What kind of desperation is this? Because I just find it sad. Right, guys? I'm not trying to insult anyone, but, isn't that just sad? Really? It's not on your console, so you're going to go and theme your console over a game that you can't get?
I mean, the PlayStation does look quite cool.
I'm not going to deny that it looks quite cool. I like the controller. They've made that look quite funky. But just things like that. I mean, if you're making mods, make the good mods like the DLS support or the field of view slider. Things that they have made. But don't make the opening so that you've got PlayStation Studios come up at the start. What does that even... What?
I mean, I get it. I get it from a troll point of view. I really do get it from a troll point of view. But more as a troll point of view to take the piss out of PlayStation, fanboys. If you're like, I've got an Xbox, how much more would it piss us off if I could get this to show up a PlayStation logo? Just oh, look, it's a PlayStation. Ah! I don't think that is in essence the PlayStation, mafia, going, let's do this. I think that's more a die-hard Xbox fan that's I'm gonna fuck. I'm just gonna take this grenade, throw it in there, and sit back and go. I see that more as a troll move from a Microsoft or from an Xbox fanboy, and it's a great troll move in my opinion. The Starfield PS5 as well, it's probably, let's be honest, it's probably a digital thing. Someone hasn't actually made that.
That's what I assume it's got to be. No one's going to that extreme, surely.
It's cool. I admire the creativity of it, because it's a definite troll job. Yeah.
It's got to. I mean, why would you go to that level of extreme?
It makes no sense for a PlayStation fanboy, because ultimately, they're still having to play it on PC or Xbox.
Yeah, It's
So-
not going to come to a PlayStation because Microsoft
Well,
bought Bethesda.
if it does, it'll be because, like we spoke last
Yeah.
week, Microsoft turned themselves into the Netflix for gaming and sell
Exactly.
themselves as a game streaming service to
Yes.
PlayStation.
Mods have caused some kind of controversy, though, being that some of the modder who did the DLSS, which is the NVIDIA sort of digital something AI, where it makes the graphics better, even on a smaller rig or something. He's charging £5 a month subscription for that mod.
Until
Can you believe that?
I can because at the end of the day, get your money. Like, you know, if you've put the time and effort and you're the only one offering this, will be short-lived because someone else who is a very intelligent person in the modding world will be able to code and will be able to create this. So it's no
I'd
different.
just laugh if NVIDIA did it.
Well, there's no different than, obviously, we're streamers. We use OBS, and there is someone who used to make plugins for OBS, and they were always free, and now he's started charging a subscription for
He wants his bank.
his plugins. Now this guy works his fucking tits off and produces new plugins for shaders, sliders, for everything to be able to manipulate everything within OBS. So I have no issue. I don't use any of the things that he has, so I don't pay that. But if people want to use that, he's put the time, he's put the effort, he's created something. Should he get something for his creation? Yeah, he probably should do. And like I say, it's short-lived because at some point there will be someone who is just as skilled at him within the modding realm that will be able to code something similar, or if not better. You know.
Yeah, just to give everyone a bit
I'm
of
not saying
deep
it's-
learning super sampling is what DLSS.
I'm not saying it's a very community thing to do, because it's definitely not. But you know, if he's put work into it, the £5 a month is actually a little bit wankery.
Well, apparently
maybe
he's got a Patreon, so he does it through Patreon.
Yeah, which is still a subscription. You've got to be a member of his Patreon to have access to the thing. Depends. It also depends what else. If it's that's the only thing you're getting, he may have 1,000 mods that you're getting access to.
Well, it's Pure Dark, and Pure Dark, I think, is quite a big modder in the
might
modder
also not
community.
just be this game. It might be his
No,
Patreon gives you access to. So we're looking at this sort of from one aspect of this DLSS mod, but he might have 1,000 mods for 20 different games. Like
it's already been cracked, so people are getting it for free anyway. People always do, mate. That's just the way it works.
So, but then you are going to have the people that will be loyal to him, and they're like, "Thank you for doing this, and I will subscribe to your Patreon," because I would imagine this guy's got a shit ton of stuff. In all honesty, to do a monthly thing, he's got a shit ton of different plugins and mods and stuff that you can use. So,
but it's caused controversy because obviously people like getting things for free and then don't like paying for things. Even doesn't matter how much hard work the people have come into. Obviously, people still do pirated games and things.
Talking about it, like the modding is something that I'm surprised we don't hear more people bitch about. In terms of, we're talking about consoles, like console to PC, because you can't mod like modding stuff on consoles. It's like literally
not unless the game devs allow it. So talking about this, which is Skyrim and Fallout, the mods are actually on there now. Yeah, so there's a mod store, and you can put mods in.
Yeah, because there is on Subnautica as well. There are mods and stuff you can get on console, but like for a large portion, they're like it's not an option. It's not available to you. No. And I'm surprised that more people don't moan about that aspect of PC gaming because you see like how much, like I play like I've been playing Valheim recently with a couple of members of my community. Playing it with mods on is so much better than just the base
What kind of mods do they use out of it?
More animals, different building techniques, like just the ability to like messing with the landscape and stuff. It may like flattening the land to build your bases and stuff on. There's ways and means to do it. That you set up a plinth and the plinth kind of like does an area for you, because that's like trying to get ground level is fucking terrible. It gives you extra building, like I say, different types of ships that you can build, different type of building materials, houses, and so on and so forth. There's now these giant weird looking fucking rabbits in it, dragons, different types of dragons are in it. And
no, Thomas the Tank Engine on?
No, there's not a Thomas the Tank Engine. Mate, it's the Viking era, mate. There's no Thomas. There's no train tracks.
Never stopped anyone putting Thomas the Tank Engine into almost everything.
There's not fucking train tracks. Where's he going to go? Oh, here comes Thomas. No, so...
and Thomas entered into the world of Valheim. He was quickly slain.
It's very much a better experience playing it with mods on.
Well, I mean, mods are there for a reason. Most of the time, you tend to find with mods that they'll disable the achievements. So if you're an achievement grabber, then essentially you won't be able to get your achievements. But I don't really see the harm in mods, provided it's not just infinite health, infinite life, infinite.
Yeah, anything that's not going to enable you to just cruise through the game without any jeopardy.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I understand that people struggle with games, but part of the game is to struggle and find a way through that. Talking about struggling, while we're still on about Starfield, about to say Star Citizen, can you imagine people after me? Some people have been struggling with one aspect of Starfield, haven't they, TJ?
Yeah.
Haven't they?
Yeah. Some people be getting angry.
Yeah, very angry.
Over
very
something...
angry.
Yeah.
It's a bit sad to get angry about this fact in this year, in the year of our Lord 2023, being that acceptance should be accepted everywhere. And if you've got such a problem with people and how they want to refer to themselves in, say, I don't know, pronouns maybe.
Pronouns!
Pronouns! Don't they want me to give my gender, but there's a he, she way, or a she, him way, or a they way? No, I won't have this.
So obviously,
fuck down.
So if we've got a couple of little videos to show you. If you're listening audio, like on Spotify, you'll hear the audio. It kind of like so the game went live on Friday. No, what day?
Friday early access. Wednesday was when it came.
Yeah, Wednesday. Friday was early access. So there were a lot of people like giddy. Yeah, let's get on. And then by Saturday there was the shit hit the fan. I was talking about this on my stream on Sunday. That I did a pop-up stream on Sunday. There's this one gentleman. He's quite a prevalent YouTuber, I would say. He's got like a fair following. And he went on a little bit of a ranty rampage. And we've got a couple of videos to show you. The first video that we're going to show you is his stream that he did on Friday when he first realised that the pronouns were in the game. And then the second video that will follow it will be that he took on the Saturday, which is when he did his second Starfield stream, and he played the game for a little bit. Then he paused and went, "Oh, I need to speak to Bethesda directly," and used his stream to do so, and went on a rant, which will last about 2.5 minutes. So if you do find this content offensive in any way and you want to skip, probably skip forward about 4 minutes, I'd say, from this point on. And then rejoin us and we'll give you our opinion. But we'll just throw out the first video now.
Going industrialist. There we go. I did it. What name? He what? What? He him. He.
So there you've just seen the first video. That's his first playthrough of the game, where he comes upon it and is shocked and surprised that there are pronouns he, him, she, her, they, them. My personal thing is, this is not the first time he's seen this. And because the way he reacted to that was so over the top in that split second, his eyebrows popped off the top of his bald head. Like it was like, it was just, it was so fake. Like if
it was.
I've seen Dr. Disrespect's video where he saw it and he was like, huh, hold on a second. And then went and did something else, which we'll talk about in a bit. But it was like, it was like, what? What? And literally his eyebrows are fucking, they're off the screen. They're that high at this point. Never seen fucking, like, he'd give The Rock a run for his money.
He really would.
And it was, yeah, it just come across as so fake.
Yeah.
So fake.
Just so over the top a reaction to that kind of thing. I'll be honest, I didn't even notice. In my game.
It was so fucking instant as well that it was like, what? The minute, as if he knew it was happening. So he picks industrialist, I think he said it was, and then it's like, click, what? It's like the screen barely come up saying pronouns, he, him, and he was like, what?
He, him. Calm down, dude. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, that then obviously led into the next day, which was, like I say, his next Starfield stream, and he pulled out this little rant.
I just want to say something to you, Bethesda. Just want to say a little something. There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off. Fuck that. Bethesda. There is nothing I love more than to sit down, comfy chair, turn on my PC, fire up a brand new RPG. Lose myself, think, oh my god, just think of this world, just think of all the planets I can visit, all the immersive things that I can get involved with, all the fights, all the relationships, all the people I meet, all the places I go. I'm so excited to go there. And you know, I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring! We can't see past our own fucking reflection! That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda Western Game Company. Fuck your immersion. Fuck you having a good time. Fuck you falling into a world and just getting lost. No. Current fucking day. Fuck off. You're boring. You're fucking dull. You have nothing to say. You are a one-hived mind twat waffle. That's all you fucking are. And you wonder why people are getting so fucking sick and tired. You take everything we love, all our immersions, all our fantasies, all our escapism, and you just can't help shovel your dog shit, fucking crap ideology into everything, every single solitary fucking thing.
Well, someone didn't take his fucking pills that morning, did he?
The best part about that whole video is that the minute the rant is over, he starts the game. It's fucking great. It's great. This fucking Bethesda, I'm gonna play the game.
It's so boring. So, well,
Mate,
you could just turn it off, mate.
0 to 100.
I ain't gonna play it.
So we spoke about this. I didn't see the original video, like the initial where he first sees the him here. The pronoun he him. Originally, I saw the video of his big rant that we've just seen there,
right.
And I said to Jay, like, this guy's a fucking fruitcake, and you turned around and said, oh, it's so
boring. No,
you said stage, didn't you? It's like, you know,
felt stage.
And I was just like, oh, I don't know. I think this guy might legitimately be a fucking nut job. And so I, unfortunately for myself, but for the good of the pod, did some research and actually went onto this guy's YouTube and watched some of his VODs. He very much, this isn't a first controversy for him.
No.
This is just the one that's gone viral. he is very much of this ilk in his beliefs. He brings it up multiple times before in a lot of his other videos, but he's now obviously made some kind of mainstream like media news with it, and so he's running with it and being even more of it. I will say, like, the one hive mind twat waffle, I did find that hilariously funny. Actually, to be fair,
twat waffle fucking trademark by the end of the week, mate.
Like, twat waffle is quality. Like, it's up there with cockwomble. I love that name. Cockwomble is brilliant, and now twat waffle is I think is just as good. But largely, yeah, just a ignorant fucking viewpoint over something so mundane. Like
my view on it has always been the same. I don't really have an issue with what you want to refer to yourself as. No. Obviously, I do voice acting and a bit of acting work, and at some point they made me put he, him. Mm-hmm. But I didn't feel personally attacked. To shout, it's so fucking, you're stiffing this current thing day. In. I'm like, does it matter in space? I'm pretty sure that once we've travelled to the stars, that most people have got over the fact that people want to be referred to as something else. And I just don't see what the issue is. I don't see how it draws him out of his game.
I wonder, like, going back to a conversation we had last week, I wonder if he watched Aliens and was like, when he realised, like, Lambert was, like, transgender, I wonder if he, like, fucking spat his coke out and went, fuck out! Yeah. James Cameron, 1984, fucking current day, that's in 1984! James fucking Cameron! Like, just like...
Waffle!
It's just... And it leads on, like, even more prevalent is the Dr. Disrespect video.
Yes, Dr. Disrespect also got some sort of big issue with pronouns.
Was more... No, see, I think his is less about the actual pronouns itself, but I think he's more butthurt. So the Dr. Disrespect was, he asked Starfield to be like to have early access to the game, and like, can he do something with Starfield? Starfield were like, due to previous controversies, unfortunately, we do not want to be in the Dr. Disrespect business. That previous controversies, I do believe, would stem with the Nick Merck stuff that happened recently. We won't go into that. So when he saw the him, he kind of paused. His eyebrows didn't blow off the top of his head, but he kind of paused and went, hang on a second, I need to check something. Then went on to Twitter, looked up the Twitter bio of the main game dev. The main game dev had his pronouns in his bio, and he's like, I see. I get it now. I get it. And then he elaborated on the story that he asked them to be a part of it. They said no. So he then goes, oh, well, can I at least, like, have a key to play the game early? And they were like, once again, no, don't really want to be seen to be working with you. If you want the game, pay for it pretty much. But largely, he is, I think, enjoying the game, Dr. Disrespect, from the little bits that I've seen of, like, around his channel.
He's given his review at 7.1.
Which isn't a bad review. It's it's
fair.
And so, but so he has a more butthurt personal like thing towards Bethesda and that, I think, than say the heels versus babyface guy. Who, like I say, who just downright has had some very poor takes, in my opinion. Having to listen to some of his VODs and watch some of his previous content. But ultimately, the problem I see, like, is when I watched that video, you can definitely see he's built himself an audience around this.
He wants the right wing sort of, liberal haters.
Well, a lot of the commenters that were in his live chat. So I watched the VOD back of the live feed, and a lot of them are like saying very similar things to him. It's definitely breeding an environment of. I'm not going to say hate speech, but of some unsavory thoughts and viewpoints. And I just, like, at the end of the day, I haven't played enough into the game. Maybe you can enlighten me more. Like, Or do they speak to you in the game using your pronouns at all? Like when they're like, are you
Not that
referenced in
everyone
the
just
game?
refers to you as captain. So
Okay. Because obviously, if they do, then it's you could understand. The reason I'm just saying that is because if your pronouns are brought up several times in the game, maybe later on in the game, past where you are now or something, I don't know. Then obviously you can understand people who don't see themselves as he, him, or she, her. They are a them, they, or then their representation is important, the same as it is important to everyone else. So they don't want to be, have the wrong pronouns used during the game. Obviously, we can't put every pronoun in the game because there is a lot.
there is.
The game's already 140 gig. If we start adding in every pronoun, it'd probably be 300 gig. How many messages?
Right.
But no. I jest. No. So I do feel that. Like, I don't have an issue with it. And actually, what was the game that come up that someone said pronouns were in that game as well, and like no one's even realised.
Baldur's Gate 3.
No, it wasn't Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, something.
So I got a comment here from an Andrea Piccanini. I suppose that's how you say that. People outraging and refunding Starfield because of a pronouns option one single time at the character creation when Baldur's Gate 3 literally lets you fuck a bear, which I found quite amusing. I mean, there's a few games that have got pronouns. I just don't really get it. Like, if people just want to, especially in a game that's got a character creation, some people want to reflect themselves in the game. I think it was probably Hogwarts Legacy that did something similar.
I don't remember, but no, it was a game. Oh my God, you've just spoke about. I'm literally just looking on Twitter. There is a Thomas the Tank Engine Vasco.
Told ya.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's in everything, mate.
Fuck off.
Can't escape. You can't escape, Thomas. He's in the stars now, TJ.
Oh, dear. Oh, God.
Yeah, so, but a lot of people just go against it because, for me, I totally understand it in a character creation because if you're going to try and make yourself or at least try and put yourself in that universe, then you probably want some representation of yourself. You want to think that you're this or that, or, should it come up? I don't know whether it comes up later in the game. I mean, there's relationships, right? So relationships generally tend to throw a spanner in those works. People, you can relation anyone, can't you, now, in games?
Oh, wow.
Like,
okay, carry on. I've got something to bring up quite important, actually, with this.
So, for me, I understand that in character creation, if you're he, him, or she, her, or they, them, and you're trying to, get a sense of yourself in that world, then I don't see what the harm is, personally. I don't see how so many people feel super affected that some people want to refer to themselves as things. It just seems like it doesn't make so much of an impact that you have to have that, what feels to me like a very, very over-the-top reaction to it. It just seems like, look, all right, just put he, him then and just carry on. Like, what? Is it really affected you in such a way where you've got to shout twat waffle at the top of your lungs, or feel that because a game dev puts he, him in their Twitter feed that you feel that, is it a personal attack at you, or can you not move with the time? I mean, he, him, and she, her, and they, them been around for a while now, hasn't it? It's not brand new news.
I found the other game. It was just found out Cyberpunk has pronouns. There is apparently a section in there where it's that other characters will refer to V with female pronouns, i.e. she, her, voice tone, feminine. It's a selector that you can change the voice tone. But yeah, it has the pronoun for she, her in there. And that was Cyberpunk.
Right.
But
another game that they loved on release.
But big thing, Nexus mods.
Right.
So, where is it? Nexus mods are banning Starfield mods that remove pronouns. People have actually made a mod that obviously goes through Nexus mods, where you can it removes the pronoun. And Nexus website update, they have made an official announcement. They will stand against transphobia and bigotry, and their platform has no room for hate. Any mods that promote this will be removed. We are winning. Starfield is groundbreaking in so many ways, socially, culturally, and economically. So Nexus mods, I mean, well done, Nexus mods, not allowing, obviously, whoever's... obviously, I imagine Nexus mods, I've never used Nexus mods, but I imagine they're a hub that people can upload
there's loads of
mods
mods on there for millions of games.
Yeah, that people... But they're like the central like hub, essentially, that you can upload your mod, like your... whatever to it for other people, is what I mean. That's it, So so that's actually you know, kudos to them. That's quite cool. But
like I said, I can't understand going to that extreme. Like again, just
he's
tick
extreme.
your box and move on.
His extreme is for not for clout. It's definitely to like chasing viewership, because there is a social commentator, political commentator called Hassan Arbi, who I'm not a massive fan of for various reasons. Things that he said, I think he's trodden on people's personal lives a little bit too much with certain things he said, things that I don't feel he like. It's none of your business to say, but that's a different story, different day. He turned around and said that this is a reason why we should bring back lobotomies. This British guy showing why we should bring back lobotomies, and then he made a response video of like, I don't know, 10 minutes or whatever, where he just went on and picked up on some Hassan Piker comments back in the day when he used to work for the Young Turks, and his uncle, who I believe owned the Young Turks, Cenk Uygur, and their points of view and other bits and pieces, because they were like a news media channel. And it's definitely chasing clout.
Well, the problem is that it's sort of especially in the content creation world, it's garnering that audience, isn't it? You start saying things that are going to get you an extreme view, then you'll get the extreme viewers come over to you. Do you know what I mean?
Being a content creator, being a successful content creator, I equate it to catching lightning in a bottle.
I agree.
Like, there is such a saturated market, especially on like Twitch and YouTube, that it's very difficult to stand out. It's very difficult to make your mark. You know, for instance, I was looking at, I was going through my chat the other day, looking at viewer numbers and there's a wonderful tool called Twitch Tracker. Now, I don't really follow my numbers. I have over 1,000 followers on Twitch. I have a concurrent viewership of around 12 to 15. And then my max number coming in, my max views is X, Y, and Z, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't class myself as a big streamer at all. There are 7.5 million active streamers, not viewers, streamers, who hit that go live button on Twitch across the globe. Now keep that in mind, 7.5 million. I, with my concurrent viewers of like 12 to 15, roughly around that kind of area, I am in the top 200,000 streamers on Twitch.
Christ.
Like, which you would turn around, and if you were to put that, forget how many what my concurrent views. If I turn around to you and said, "Oh yeah, I'm in the top 200,000 out of 7.5 million," holy shit, I'm fucking massive. Like, but in terms of numbers, I'm not. But it just shows how many people are out there doing exactly the same thing I do, that are streaming to 1, 2, 3, 4 viewers. Yeah. It's so hard for discoverability. YouTube's a little bit easier because you like the way it works, the VODs and everything. It is a VOD. YouTube's a VOD channel, whereas essentially Twitch is a live streaming platform. People don't go on there to watch VODs. People go on there to watch live streams. People go on YouTube essentially to watch VODs, and to and so it's very difficult. Like I say, catching lightning in a bottle, being successful, and if you find a pathway that leads you to that success, you're going to move. You're going to head in that direction, and you're going to try and garner everything you can get from being in, and so this guy going to that extreme. Like I say, he's definitely chasing the clout. He knows he's going to have an audience. He's gained an audience. He's done well. Like I say, he's a very prevalent YouTuber in his numbers.
Yeah.
And this will probably make him explode even more. He's a meme everywhere. And like I said, no news. No, sorry. No news is bad news. Is that the saying?
No. It's all new. Isn't it all news is good news?
Or I thought no news is
all...
bad. I can't remember. Well, the ultimate thing is that it's like even bad news being spoken about you, you're still being spoken about. So someone is talking about you, which is always good because
even if you're controversial, you'll get the attention.
It means
people.
you are garnering attention from the mass. And he is. If you were to just go, like I literally just went on to Twitter. We call it Twitter. It's not X over here. It's Twitter. Right, and I just literally typed in the search filter pronouns. Okay, he is fucking all over it.
Yeah,
all over it. Memes, videos of him, Starfield's all over it. They are the thing that takes up the most because it's obviously like current in the news. But he is like you literally every third post has a picture of him in it. Essentially, it's so he's fucking everywhere.
So he's going to benefit from it.
He will. His viewership will go up. He will get a lot. He will get a load of people come into his chat who just now want to slag him off. And he does the thing that I hate the most. Like I have a very thing where family is left out of shit. Yeah. I was literally listening to his VOD and someone come in and said, "Oh, you're the fucking pronouns wanker and all this lot," and it's gone, yeah. And I screwed your mum last night while your dad was in the corner crying, and I'm like, what? And then he banned the person. I'm like, that's just a cunt move, in my opinion. Like I've always been one that's like, you know, what the why? Like you're that intellectually stupid, stunted. Like that's the best you can come up with. It's like, oh, I fucked your mum. It's like, what, you 7, you fucking imbecile? Yeah. Yes.
Back on the schoolyard, are you?
That's what I mean. It's like, you know, get some new material. Actually, like, you know, be funny and not like a absolute cretin. But
be sharp. Make it fast. Make it witty.
Exactly.
Got me with it.
Coach. Yes, coach. Fucking vinegar in the eyes. That's a gentleman reference, people. Gentleman.
It
reference.
is. It is.
Great film. Great film.
It is. Great scene.
But
absolutely fantastic scene.
Like, I'm glad that Nexus mods are banning the non-pronoun removal.
Yeah.
Or the pronoun removal, I should say, mods. And yeah, just I kind of want now there to be like a backlash from game devs and now every game to just go double down and go fuck you all and put pronouns in fucking every game.
That's exactly
every
what
game that's got a character selection creation in it, you know, a character creation in it. Just a double down and be like, you know,
just like fuck him and his one fucking warrior army going for how people want to describe themselves in 2023. It's current. Yeah, it is current. That's exactly what it is. It's current. That's how people are feeling. People are wanting to be respected for their choices of their own body. So, like, what's your big issue? What's your big issue? Should I just start calling you a bald fucking cunt every single time? Would that, that perfectly fine? No, exactly. Of course it's not.
The one thing I would say, if you did watch that video with us, or if you've seen that video previously, I would definitely chill out, dude, because you are a heart attack waiting to happen.
Yes.
Your head nearly exploded in that video. It went like it was the same colour as my hat by the end of it. Oh my days, that geezer's gonna he's live on stream.
Also, go find your eyebrows. They shot off your head at some point. Probably lying around your room somewhere.
Gone. It's like, oh fuck, they're on the ceiling. I can't reach them.
Like a Looney Tune video.
But yeah. Yeah, it was like, but yeah, unfortunately, yes, there are these people out there, and there are these people that are, unfortunately, have voices and have followings.
So maybe my advice to maybe go out, touch some grass, maybe touch a girl. Who knows? Maybe your whole opinion will change. Who knows? Eh? Touch a boy, touch a girl, whichever you want. Go touch a them person. Go and see how that makes you feel, but see how it makes you feel.
One doth protest too much, wasn't that the saying?
Yeah, one does protest too much. Like I say, that first video especially, like that sort of stunted and By the way, kids, doing this don't mean shit. It
No.
don't mean shit. I've got to fuck that.
I'm actually
Gonna take my
kind
headset off.
I'm actually kind of glad that he took it off because I think he might have shouted even louder. Because generally, like the reason your wife come in and moans at you, and the reason I might get a text message or a message on stream telling me to be quiet is because with the headphones on, you do become louder because you can't hear your own voice as clearly. You do up the volume in your voice generally.
Yes,
and I do
100%.
think like he may well have blown his mic if he hadn't have taken them off because he would have been screaming even louder than what he fucking was.
Mate, I was going to have to tell you, like when we finish this, going, you have to turn him down a bit though, dude, because Jesus Christ, my eardrums can only take so much. He hit the fucking 700 on the decibel meter.
It's fucking crazy, absolutely.
I'll be
crazy.
billing him for fucking new earphones, being that he broke these.
No fuck new ear drums, mate. Don't know
New
about
ear
fucking
drums,
earphones.
yeah.
But
To make
but
sure
yeah,
my ears
so,
aren't bleeding.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah.
I mean, ultimately, all you can say is, Starfield 1, it's a game on Xbox and PC. Get over it.
It's got pronouns. Get over it.
Yeah, pronouns. Maybe just get over it. It's probably going to be around to stay, and all the shouting and the losing of eyebrows that you can do and throwing of headsets isn't going to change that. And as TJ rightly pointed out, I hope all games with character creation start putting pronouns in, just so I can watch another one of his head explode videos. Maybe for real. How many views would that get? Maybe try that one next time. Head just explodes into a mass of mush. I think actually, Karen.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, so I'm just thinking, like, what is the difference, of putting, like, like, you have all these choices, you have all these things, like, why does it make a difference?
It's my point, mate.
You
It doesn't
choose
make any
how.
fucking
Okay,
difference.
so people are choosing how they wish to live their lives, like, and how they wish to be, like not spoken about, how they referred to.
Yes.
Okay, so like throughout the whole character creation, like, do you have a problem with like the haircut you pick, like the haircut choices that are in the game?
I do sometimes. They're never going
like,
to be spiky.
No, do you know, I'm being thingy, but like the fact that you've got 10 different. Oh fuck! Did he moan? Oh, fucking industrialist is an option to pick. Oh, fucking industrialist. Oh, what does it?
Oh, current.
No, but, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't. Do you know what I mean? It's like why are you picking fucking anything?
Yes,
If you don't
exactly.
like the fact that people are choosing how to refer to themselves, like you have a problem with everything that you have to choose then. Because like I just don't. I mean, there's kind of a point in what I was trying to say there. I didn't really do justice in the point I was trying to make, but I know what I mean.
Yes,
Like
I
don't get it. It's like, what does it? Okay, you see yourself, gentleman, bald man with weird eyebrows.
Yeah.
You see yourself as a he, him.
Yes.
Cool.
So,
well done, you. Someone else sees themselves as a they, them. Cool. Does that
So-
hurt you? No.
if it had just been male and female and then other, would that have affected him in the same way, or
Oh, fuck knows.
is that okay? I mean, where does it stop? Where does it stop? Is it just because it says he, him, and she, her? Is that the crux of it? Is that what it is? You've just taken a digital character.
The thing is, I mean, we can analyze this through how he's done it through the video game, but it is a larger argument, isn't it? Like he like, if you actually go back and watch, there is a larger argument that he.
But yes, because he thinks he's pushing agenda.
Yes.
That's the main thing. He thinks he's pushing agenda.
Which, I just don't. Yeah.
Like, just look. Unfortunately, I think the agenda's already sort of been pushed, and now they're just being accepting that it's occurred, and it doesn't really take anything away from the game. And maybe it affects your life that when you fill out a form now for your benefits, that you've got to put he, him. I don't know. Like, it just seems benign to me. If I'm honest.
We spoke a little while ago, like, I don't know if you remember it, when we spoke about Cyberpunk. Not on a pod, just a conversation, me and you. We were talking about Cyberpunk. No, I think it was actually to do. I think it was about the pod, but we didn't speak about it on the pod about the glitches and issues with Cyberpunk. And we were
Yes.
talking about the customization of characters within the game, not that your particular game, but how characters are portrayed in the game, and the like how the future of society will move forward with like body modification,
Yes.
like with potentially android parts and everything, and all this. It's like it's just an evolution of the human. Yeah, of humans,
Race, I guess.
like in the fact of like people are seeing themselves in a different light. People are understanding and realizing that they don't fit into the social norms that have been
But that's like anything. No one dresses in Victorian clothes anymore because you changed and styles
because
changed.
everything's moved on, and we've become more like the shackles of obviously that people were tied down by, like being like a homosexual back in the day. It's a fucking sin. It's this. It's that. Like we're a very much more accepting, for the large part, culture now. We are a more a multicultural society. The world in general, because we are more open. There is more access now than ever before to everyone, with the internet and everything. So obviously it means everything's going to move forward. People are going to become better versions of themselves, and like it's
Everyone has a right to feel comfortable in their own skin.
exactly.
Everyone has a right to feel comfortable in their own skin. Now, whether that be that you want to dress like a female and you were medically born, or originally born as a male, whether you don't feel you feel into any of those two categories and you want to be an amalgamation of both, like, you still have a right to feel comfortable in your own skin. I mean, fuck, in this podcast today, we talked about world suicide prevention, right? It causes a lot of suicides when people don't feel comfortable in their own flesh. So take a chill pill, right? I'm not saying you have to get on board, but you have got to move with the times.
Yeah.
And let people feel happy about themselves. If it's not affecting you, I don't care that you're a he, him, male, man. I don't. No one's going to your streams going on at him for being the way he wants to be. I mean, we're poking fun at him now because he almost blew his top.
We're
And lost
poking
his
fun at him
eyebrow.
because he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Because
exactly. So,
like he's made a mountain out of an essential molehill, like to
and
garner
he'll get paid
views.
for it.
Yeah,
The worst thing about it, he'll get paid for that.
Yeah.
He will make money out of that, out of someone else's pain, really, in my opinion.
yeah, 100%.
So, you know, just final thoughts on it, really, I suppose.
My
is
final
just
thought is he is, and his viewership following. It's a one hive mind bunch of twat
yeah,
waffles.
exactly. Thank you. No, couldn't have been said any better myself.
And
Might lose my eyebrows.
if that's the only thing that I'm taking from that guy's rant, I'll take that because I quite like twat waffle. I think it's a quality thingy. The rest of it, fuck off and get in the bin, you loser.
Exactly. Get in the bin. Fucking knob. Right. Talking about one thing, TJ has
Let's
come up
lift
with
it back up. Come on.
Let's lift it back up. Make it fun again. TJ's come up with a game, haven't you, TJ? You're gonna torment me.
I can't make it.
Torment me.
Well, I was like, I'm thinking, we should have a little bit of fun back and forth, like, each week, and like we do a little game. So far, it's this. We haven't thought of a name yet. If you think of a good name for it, then put it in chat. But each week, one of us is going to take it in turns, ask the other 5 questions. They're going to be movie, TV, game related. It could be movie theme songs that we're going to play, TV theme songs. It could be movie, TV quotes. It could be game soundtracks. It could be character names from games. Name that game via the character. It's all going to be audio based as opposed to video, because even though this is on YouTube, it doesn't really play well for podcast listeners on Spotify and other podcast platforms. So I am going with Jay.
Are you? Giggity.
Well, okay, go on. Bear with for 2 seconds.
Tell the wife. It's over. It's over, cat. TJ wants me now. He doesn't care about me being loud late at night.
I welcome it. So I just had to. Oh, there it is. Yeah, It's movie taglines. So the taglines that were on the posters for the movies. It's 5. I want to see how many you get. Some of them are super easy. Some of them. One of them I really don't know if you'll get it. But I didn't want to go too
films that I don't know,
super
like
hard.
French
No.
films.
I've kind of it's the color purple. So literally it's just the tagline that would have been on the poster or used in the promotional material. Can you guess? So number 1.
Okay, play along with this, kids. Play along with it.
You'll never go in the water again.
It's got to be Jaws, surely.
Well done. 1 out of 1. That's Jaws. Okay, the second one. Nice planet. We'll take it.
Is it Mars Attacks?
Whoa, he got it. I think you might get 5 out of 5 here. Number 3. You'll believe a man can fly.
Oh, I do know this one. I do know
You'll
this one.
believe a man can fly.
I was going to go... It's not Superman, is it? It's not obvious Superman.
It's Superman. Okay. I need to make this harder next week. Okay. This one I don't know if you'll get, okay? But I didn't think you'd get Mars Attacks, but okay. So this one is, there's something about your first piece. There's something about your first piece.
First piece. I am struggling with this one. I'm trying to work out if it's a game piece or...
These are all movies, but...
no, I can't. I'm drawing a blank.
It was a surprise smash hit which garnered multiple sequels.
Right, okay.
Multiple sequels.
What was the tagline again?
There's something about your first piece.
Something about your first piece. And you got multiple sequels. Surprise hit. Oh, what could it be? What could it be?
You have definitely 100% seen this. 100%. If I give you a quote from the movie,
Yeah.
right? It's like warm apple pie.
Oh, it's got to be American Pie.
American Pie, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Honestly, I wouldn't have thought that was the tagline.
Jim goes and fucks an apple pie.
He does. Still comes back to that fucking pie, man.
Okay, and last one. Same make, same model, new mission.
That makes no... Okay.
Same make, same model, new mission.
I'm thinking Herbie, but it can't be Herbie.
It's definitely not fucking Herbie. Fucking hell. I get where you're going.
When he goes on a kill spree and just murders everybody.
It's obviously the sequel. Massive film.
All right, let's talk less about my penis.
And I get where you're thinking maybe like Cars, but don't think Cars.
Don't think Cars.
No.
Okay.
Same make, same model, new mission.
Okay. Trying to think what else it could be.
Think iconic quotes.
Iconic quotes.
Iconic quotes. This franchise has spawned a shit ton of them.
See, I keep thinking that it's Fast and the Furious or whatever they called Fast and the Furious.
Older.
Fast 2 Furious.
Older.
No. Same make, same model.
Original 80s, sequel early 90s, I believe. Maybe 92? I might have to look that up, actually. Now that I fucking said that.
I'm wrong, lads.
No, 91. 91. The sequel was 91. I was like close. And once again, a fuck ton of sequels.
I'm trying to think of like 80s movies that I could remember that would be.
It's obviously this is
within
the
that film.
sequel, which was 91.
Yeah. Okay.
Multiple.
91. I'm gonna kick myself.
If I give you one, you'll get it.
Hold on. Same make, same model. New mission.
New mission. People in the comments are screaming at you. They're like,
he's an idiot.
They're like, Jay!
You kids are idiot.
All right, I'll give you.
Same make, same model. New mission.
I've got to try and
80s, 90s. Because you told me no cars. I can't get past cars.
Okay.
You make a model.
no, it's not. It's no. Think about model numbers are mentioned quite a few times.
Right.
If I say, I'm trying to give you not a direct quote. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Janelle, why is Wolfie barking?
Oh, I know that quote.
It's not even a good quote. It's just
No.
one in the movie.
But Wolfie's just
Wolfie's not Wolfie. Mate.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2. Do you know, I just was thinking about, I was going to say, why is Wolfie barking? And then her name popped into my head, like Janelle. I was like, oh, fucking brilliant. I look like a genius that I knew the character's, his mum's name. It's Terminator 2. Yeah. Same mate,
Terminator
same model,
2.
new mission.
I was like, what has got Wolfie in? What has got Wolfie in?
What was the dog's
and
name?
then I see the meme.
What was the dog's name?
I can't remember.
I think it was Max.
You know, I thought Max, but I was like, no, Max is way too
I
obvious.
think it was Max.
Yeah, because the next fucking line is, your foster parents are dead.
Yes. Your foster parents are dead. Yeah, it was Max. It was Max. Yeah. Yeah, Janelle. And he called it Wolfie. Oh, fucking, I'm just too good.
He is too good. That was a fun game.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that.
So it's your turn next week to figure out what you're going to test me with. It can be like audio. It could be like movie, TV, game. Don't be a prick and pick fucking space games.
Well, I've got to be tough with games because you like.
I'm not as.
Obviously, I know loads and loads of games.
You are very much more. I'm probably more film than you, but you're definitely more game than me.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I'm going to try and do films, I think. I'm going to try and do films. What I might do is I might do a snippet from an iconic sound. Not sound effect, like the music, like one of the score songs, I think.
Whatever you want.
It means cutting together a load of film sounds. We're like, I can do that.
Well, yeah, we need to try and figure out, the way we're going to get it. But yeah, we can make it work.
Yeah, I will figure that out. Because I don't want to go games because unfortunately, I'll be saying things like, "It's Super Mario 3. How could you not know from that advert?"
But yeah, right. I think we've got one more. We do have one more thing. We've had our first viewer question.
We did.
We've run a little bit long today, but we'll get this done now. We have a question from a viewer, long time listener, first time caller, Fusey.
Fantastic, we love Fusey.
He asked us a question, and the question is, what superpower do you have that no one else would want? Now, his example for himself was treading in dog shit. Whenever he goes out for a walk, it's almost a given that he will tread in dog shit.
Right, I will answer
yours
first. I have the uncanny ability, you know, when you get like an uncomfortable silence, like say you're at a funeral or there's
Please say it's the fart. Please say it's the fart.
I am fucking uncomfortable silence.
He is
flatulence
Fartomatic
man.
3000.
I don't always do it, but you know, when you go, oh no, I know it's going to be loud.
Yeah, you can't even do the lift the bum cheek and just squeak one out. It's like
no.
You're like, oh damn. Shit. It's a code brown.
Sorry.
Code brown. I've sharted.
Sorry, my bad. Oh, sorry. And then as I try
and then as you run, it's like every step's like.
Oh no!
It's running down the leg. Oh.
Did you see? Sorry, did you see that apparently someone had such bad diarrhea on a plane they had to turn back, land, and it took 5 hours to clean the plane?
Fuck! Just burn it. Just fucking burn it. Fuck
Get
that
the
shit.
flamethrowers.
It's like, yeah, it's a $10 million fucking Boeing
Burn it
747.
down.
Fuck it. Just
Burn it down.
Drive it into the fucking Grand Canyon. Fuck it. It's a write-off. It's a write-off. You ain't never
It's
getting
done.
that smell out.
Done.
That smell is
No,
it's
that's over.
embedded.
What was your
No.
answer? What's your uncanny superpower, mate?
It's a painful one. And I spoke to you about it earlier. I have the unwitting ability. I don't even know what I'm like. I have the ability to laser in and full pelt welly every fucking thing with my toes in existence. I'll be walking down a corridor and I'll beeline and fucking kick a door frame. Like, you do not want to see my feet. They are
No,
disgusting.
I've seen them.
I have lost
Times.
I have lost at numerous times nails on both toes, including the other day where I was lifting a dining room table. I flipped the dining room table to adjust the legs. When I went to flip it back up, legs are in the air. I'm standing there. I've lifted it. The corner of the table has caught my toenail, and as I've pulled the table up quickly, it's ripped my toenail. My toenail sticking up in the air. I have a photo of it. I sent it to everyone. I was like, look at this. And then I just pulled my toenail off, and it was like, oh. Then, a couple of days ago, on Sunday, actually, it was after the football, Manchester United, Arsenal. I
Won't
managed.
talk about that.
No. I'm a Manchester United fan. Come at me. Fuck off. I managed to, my bathroom door, I managed to literally, as if I was playing soccer, welly the crap out of the door, and I now have 2 black toes on my right foot. Not broken, I can still wiggle them, but they are black. I just have this unwanted ability. I hate Crocs. I think they look like an abomination.
You gave me such shit for my Crocs. It's unbelievable. Come at me, chap.
Crocs, right? I bought Crocs for the main purpose of saving my feet. I've always said to the wife, unfortunately, and it's a joke. It's not a funny joke particularly, but I was like, if I get diabetes, that's it. I'm going to lose my feet. Because I am so terrible. I kick everything. My feet are terrible. I have size 12 to 13, 12 and a half, we call them feet, depending on the shoe manufacturer.
Big feet. You know that
so
means?
big feet,
big socks.
big feet, big meat. I mean, socks. Big feet, adequately sized package. I have the ability to literally kick the shit out of everything and cause myself immense fucking pain. But like I say, I bought Crocs and I stupidly bought fucking fur-lined ones when it's 4 billion degrees. And these were here to save my toes. And it seems every time I don't wear these is when I boot something. And when I do wear these, I miss everything.
You can walk. You can walk normal.
It's like, it's fucking like, it's ridiculous.
Oh, dear.
So painful.
Well, thank you for that question, Fusey. I hope you're happy and adequately impressed with our answers. I do feel sorry for your trainers, being that they are consistently covered in dog shit.
Yeah.
Probably don't go to a funeral with me because it's going to be uncomfortable for everyone. And
probably do hang around with me because it's probably highly amusing watching me hurt myself constantly. So.
Oh dear. Fun times, kids. Fun times. I hope you had fun with us. We had fun. We always have fun, though, don't we, Tej?
We have a lot. That's what it's all about.
It is what it's all about. Now, don't forget, you can catch us over on Twitch. I won't be on the kind of regular schedule that TJ is. TJ, you can find on
Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 8:30 on a Monday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. on a Friday.
Yep. So you can catch him over there. Don't forget that he will be having a charity event coming up in November, I think.
Yeah, November. Yeah, it's. I always do it for my stream anniversary. It'll be 3 years on Twitch on November the 24th.
Don't forget, he's in the top 250,000 out of 7.5 million. So
apparently
he's a man to watch.
He's
a man to watch. I will be in the low 7.4 millions. Don't forget to head over to our Twitter, which is, of course, _filtered_pod. And of course, you can catch us over on Instagram as well, unfiltered_idiots_pod as well. And you can email us, which TJ will put the email address into.
I'll put all the links. I'll put all the links in the description.
That's it. If you give us a follow, help us grow. If you found us funny, give us a rate, make us feel good about ourselves, and
feel
with
free
that-
leave questions in the comments, and like we'll answer some more some questions live on the pod.
we're happy to do that. We're happy to bring your letters up and have a chat about things. Maybe you just want to call us a couple of twat
Amazing
waffles.
fellows. Oh, okay. You went a different direction to me.
Did go a little bit of a
okay.
different route. And with that, I think we're at the end. So have fun, twat waffles. And I'll see you later.
See you later, cock wombles.